the biggest matchup we've seen for the year, and I'm expecting him to go right down to the wire. Big exclusion is Anthony Rocker, who's out of the side. He averages 5 goals a game in the last 3 games against the Hawks. They'll miss him.
Luke Hodge, pivotal player in the Hawthorn midfield. Hawks, in fact, the Magpies have won 4 of the past 5 against Hawthorn, and there's a matchup, Luke, that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, Campbell Brown won't take a backward step against Medhurst, and down the other end, the massive job goes to Nathan Brown on Buddy Franklin.
And Nathan Brown in there into it already. Now, what's going to happen here? The emergency umpire is scurrying over to the scene, but we're underway here at the MCG. Chance for Mitchell, first real possession, off to Ladson. He chips it wide. Osborne pursued by Burns, but he'll take it just inside the line. Little chip kick is okay, and the mark's taken by Young, just the attacking side of the wing. So
Collingwood
first chance forward for the Hawks.
Sorry, Chris, I started with Heath Shaw dropping back in front of Buddy Franklin. They're not going to allow Buddy a lot of space early.
So Young chips towards centre half forward. It's a good kick, and the mark's taken by Campbell in front of Fraser. Kicks to the centre half forward position between centre and centre half forward. Williams, leading goal kicker in 2005, 2006, sets it up. Rough hit the target. Oh, gee, uncontested. Uncontested. He kicked a bag full last week. 5 goals, 3, and a genuine opportunity to kick the first goal of the match.
This is the problem, isn't it, when you put so much attention into Buddy Franklin. I saw Heath Shaw just drop right back in Buddy's space. This man here kicked 5 goals last week, and he is going to be a great player.
So deep in the right forward pocket, but it will favour his left foot. So Jared Ruffhead, first opportunity, looks pretty good, swinging back, but just missing to the near side. Hawks are behind, Collingwood yet to score.
This is the start of the game. Brown and Franklin, 2 young guns going at it. 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other, that was. And umpiring was good. Just let it go and bounce the ball. Birchall wins it back for the Hawks and has another go at it. But his handball's intercepted. So here's the first clean possession coming up for the Maggies. And Burns in game 250. Kicks into the middle, but it's all Hawthorn here. It was 3 against 1. So Mitchell out wide to Riolis, who's found some space. He's 50 from goal. He wants to get it moving quickly. Buddy Franklin's being double teamed. There's 2 players on him at the moment. So I don't know where the loose man is, and that's an ordinary kick from Rioli. It's out on the full. But right at the moment, Franklin's got... There's 2 blokes playing on him.
Well, it might make sense because he kicks 28% of the Hawks' score. He's that important.
So Swan brings it into Ben Johnson. He's got to do it all again. Good start, this by Hawthorn. And Ben Johnson called to play on. Shaw hard up against the line. Clark, he's also under pressure. Pendlebury outstanding on Anzac Day. Johnson arches the back and kicks towards Thomas. Brilliantly done though. Great stuff that from Trent Crowe. And a boundary throw in the attacking side of the wing for the Magpies.
Been a lot of talk during the week about Hawthorn pressing. That's one way to beat it, is to take them on with handball. They got through pretty effectively.
Campbell got the tap to Hodge, to Mitchell. Back to Sewell, to Ladson, to Lewis. Big chain of handballs. Lewis decides to go by hand to Osborne. Crawford provides the run. Now gives it to Hodge. Exciting sequence of play here from the Hawks. He goes out wide looking from Franklin. Hot on his heels is Brown. Franklin handballs back to Young. Ordinary kick inside 50. Roughhead can't trap it. Wakeland backed himself. Turnover. Young gets it back for the Hawks. Good tackle by Shaw. Roughhead has another go at it. The pace is a cracker early on here at the MCG. Shaw now finds some space. Short kicks a good one, and he finds Lockyer.
Lockyer takes on Guerra, gets around him. Wasn't a great kick though. Off Crow though, back to Travis Cloak. In trouble, confused. Gets it though to Fraser, who's got it at half forward. Now feeds it back to Ben Johnson, who drives it deep into the pocket. Wood comes out. And Cameron Wood, who started up forward, has marked 40 from goal.
And Luke, no surprise that we see Wood in the full forward area for the Magpies. With Rocker not playing, I think they'll play Wood and Josh Fraser from the goal square for most of this game.
It's a good move, Wolsey. Their opponent will be Stephen Gillam, and he doesn't like playing on the really big tools. He took 3 contested marks last week, Cameron Wood. Good start for him. 16 games for Brisbane. And it's been a real highlight for the Magpies in season 2008. They shanked it out on the full. So the free kick
just on the outside of the boot there. And Saul, best and fairest winner for the Hawks, will kick it in from the back pocket.
So the Hawks players will peel off here. There's Lance Franklin down the other end, a lonely figure with Brown.
Well, they're giving him plenty of space.
Young. Good kick. Excellent kick finds Osborne, who's had a good start to season 2008. He kicks along the line to Lewis. Great tackle by Johnson. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Free kick to Collingwood.
Sensational stuff, Ben Johnson. This is why this matchup today is so good. Hawthorn run and spread better than any side just about in the comp, and Collingwood defend it better than anyone else.
So he'll go backwards, and his kick finds Pendlebury, who'll switch to Brown. And a long left foot is a good one to Wakelin. He's got to stand and wait, and he does just that. Good running. O'Brien ducked the head. Umpire let it go. Good call. And we'll have a bounce. Centre wing.
Harry O'Brien is very, very much out of form. And you can see there he just froze at the moment.
So umpire McBurney. Restart play. The attacking side of the wing for the Magpies. Fraser. Oh, Hodge tries to crash his way through. Can't. No opportunity there. Good tackle coming from Scott Burns. And another bounce.
Ran into the wrong bloke there. Don't get through his tackles too often.
So Fraser and Campbell to go at it again. Fraser was pushed out. In fact, advantage paid now. Mitchell now emerges from the centre of the ground. One out, Franklin. Brown. Jumper was held. Chance for Franklin. Can he kick the first goal of the match? No, just offline.
He hasn't kicked the first goal. It's his first shot, and we can pretty safely say he'll have 9 because he's averaging 9 shots at goal a game. And that space, he had the space for the ball to fall to ground and then able to turn around and recover.
It's the first time I've seen a right
exactly
foot.
Exactly, it's the first time too I've ever seen him kick right foot. So 2 points to the Hawks. Here's Thomas for Collingwood. Little chip over the top to Reshaw. And he goes short also. And the kick finds Maxwell. No rocker today for the Magpies. A late withdrawal. Cook came in and Jews in for Hawthorn. Chance Bateman couldn't take his place in the side. Shaw, Reese to the 50.
I tell you what we'll see today, boys. We'll see Collingwood go forward very close to the boundary line as they go forward because the Hawks own the corridor and force the opposition teams out wide.
Wood tries to take it out, can't. Chance for Pendlebury to Burns. Hurries the kick inside, attacking 50. Maxwell tries to knock it on, ineffective. And here they come. Crawford sweeping handball to Gillum. Mitchell with the overlap. The kick towards half forward. Rioli. Big chance here for Cyril Rioli. Wakelin needs to be at his very best here. Pushed him off the ball and did it superbly. He did Wakelin. Off to O'Brien. Turning the tackle long enough to get it back to Wakelin, and his kick back to O'Brien. And good defensive play that from Shane Wakelin.
Sensational stuff, wasn't it, from Shane Wakelin? Him and his brother Darryl today equal 500 games played as a brother combination. Well done. He's been a fantastic player.
So Wakelin will be huffing and puffing right at the moment. But what a great job he did there, one-on-one with Rioli. Kick finds Pendlebury.
Again, you can see that the Magpies are forced to the boundary line. The Hawks will own the corridor. They're happy for the opposition to get the ball as long as it's near the boundary line where they can't do too much damage. Again, an example of it.
Lockyer short to Johnson. He kicks for Cloak. Beautiful pass, and he's got it on the second bite. Cloak switches into the corridor. Young back with courage, couldn't take the mark. Brown tries to bust his way through the pack. Here's an opportunity for Clark. He has kicked the goal for the Maggies.
Yeah, it was well described, Woolsey. They attack along the boundary line because they own the corridor. That kick there becomes the important one. I reckon it was a bit too shallow because Hawthorn often will rebound from there, but Marty Clark was good enough to get a footy front and centre. And the Irishman still good enough on his left foot to kick a very good goal for Collingwood.
This is interesting. You've got Nick Maxwell playing up forward for the Magpies, and again that'd be because Rocker's not in the team for Collingwood, so they need a bit of height and mobility there, and he'll give them a contest, no doubt about that. Big Maxwell fan am I?
Collingwood by 4 points, early stages. Hodge couldn't take it. Wood hacks it out towards half forward. Didak works to the front, but dropping back Jew. A late replacement for Bateman in this Hawthorn side. Squares it off to Brown, who sweeps it further afield. Crow, good chase from Thomas, but he was able to get the kick away and find Sewell on centre wing. Plenty of time. In the end, had to hurry the kick though. Good pressure coming from Ben Johnson. He's coughed it up. Marks taken by Clark. Kick towards Didak, who marks on centre wing. Pendlebury had to stretch, but did it. Medhurst now. What a game he played last week. 6 goals on Anzac Day. Pendlebury, Reece Shaw in space. Wide to Ben Johnson. Now Travis Cloke is free, kicks in his direction and finds him.
And that's, I reckon Collingwood have been instructed, bring it up along the boundary line and then you must square it. And we've seen a couple of examples. The first one was the result of the goal to Clark, and this may well result in a goal to Travis Cloke. Had a good look at Travis Cloke through the week, Luke, and 70% of his disposals are outside the forward 50. And that's the complete opposite to Buddy Franklin, who has 70% of his inside the forward 50. They play Buddy closer to goal.
So Cloke from right on 50. Not a great kick. They'll contest in the goal square. Cameron Wood at the back. Couldn't take it. And Hawthorn with the numbers. Gillum off to Jew. Plenty of... Oh, it wasn't a great kick. Chance for Cook. Couldn't take it. Well done by Mitchell. Somehow got it to Ellis, back to Mitchell, Sewell, and look at this wave of runners they have streaming from defence. It ends up with Hodge, long towards Roughhead, and he marks brilliantly. He plays on for 40 metres. Roughhead has just missed.
Very dangerous side on the rebound, the Hawks, when they break through that back half of the ground and give these forwards a one-on-one opportunity. They genuinely score very heavily. Started well, Jared Roughhead.
Well, Hawthorn ranked 14 in the competition with accuracy at goal, converting at 56%. And right at the moment, they're continuing that trend. One straight goal for the Magpies, 3 behinds to the Hawks. All of the goals for Hawthorn kickable. Wood just ran himself in a bit of trouble here, but he's got Swan in support. Handballs to O'Brien. He in turn gives it to Burns. So a nice build up here for Collingwood. Cloke provides the lead. Burns ignores him. Gives it to Maxwell. Back to Swan. Awkward kick on the left. It's in the hot spot though. Sewell will get there first for Hawthorn. And the Hawks out of danger once more as he goes short to Osborne.
When that ball comes into the hot spot for the Magpies between full forward and centre half forward, Hawthorn always outnumber the opposition. And they might be more than happy to live with this situation.
So McGlenn, short. It's okay, Monk, taken by Mitchell. True centre half back position. That's what's ahead of him. Kicks very wide. Lead. Well done. Williams and O'Brien. This will be an interesting battle. Well done. Williams went to ground and was infringed on, and he'll take the free kick against O'Brien.
Silly free kick in the end. He had the contest won. He didn't need to make high contact. Costly stuff.
Gee, Collingwood getting numbers back in front of Buddy Franklin. Josh Fraser's back there to help Nathan Brown out. And the Hawks will go across the ground. They do this very well. They'll just swing it from one wing to the other and then try to find someone inside the forward 50.
This is Jordan Lewis. Goes short to Young. Back to Jew. He knows a thumping kick. He unloads from 65. It's a monster.
Well, that man on screen there, Stewie Jew, he's come back after an extended layoff with a hamstring. That is exactly what he was recruited to this club to do. Kick long goals from outside 65. Throughout his career, he's done that better than just about anyone. I've been really impressed with the way he's come back into AFL footy. He looks fit again. Well done.
And the Hawks set that up so very well. Collingwood had the numbers back and they just possessed it until they got it in the hands of the man who's got the thumping long left foot kick in Stewie Jew.
What a finish it was. Taylor now up against Fraser, and don't know quite what that was for, but it ends up with Johnson. Advantage towards Maxwell. His battle there with Birchall. Maxwell to the front. Is he being held? No. Now he's got a problem. Handball out towards Davis. The electric Yeah, very dangerous player, Leon Davis, inside attacking 50. Collingwood by 3 points.
Good contest, Wolsey, from Nick Maxwell here. Kept his feet really well against Birchall, which again could have gone to ground. And as I said, just managed to make sure the footy stayed in the air. And Leon Davis, he loves that situation.
And Leon Davis has kicked 12 goals, 4 behinds this year, so very, very accurate. That was a super goal on the left boot, and Campbell Brown won't be happy about that. Let's pick up Medhurst.
Classy finish from Leon Davis. And we'll have a secondary bounce in the middle here.
Well, Medhurst off. That's why Campbell Brown is now on Leon Davis. You can see Medhurst there with Reece Shaw. He's made himself such an improved player, Leon Davis.
Another possession for Mitchell. That's his 9th. Roughhead's one out with Wakeland. Bounces over their heads. Roughhead's got the superior leg speed. But Wakeland, the old stager, did it beautifully. Just held him up. Rioli's in there. So's Heathshaw. Here's Williams. Good tackling by the Magpie defence. Forces the spillage. And Goldsack's away for Collingwood. But the kick goes straight down the throat of Brent Guerra. And what will he do with it? He kicks to the boundary line and finds McGlynn. He'll straighten up and find Jared Roughhead, who'll have his 3rd shot at goal in the opening quarter. So far he's contributed 2 behinds.
Causing some troubles early, isn't he, Roughhead? He's getting out on the lead. He also looks great when the ball comes in long and a one-on-one. There's Buddy Franklin on screen. As we know, he gets so much attention, and that allows this man a fair bit of space. Good player. You're right, Luke, and Roughhead's playing further out from goal. That won't help the veteran Wakeland, his opponent.
Converting at 60% this year, 18-14. So 19th goal of the season to Jared Roughhead, and the Hawks lead by 3.
Gee, it's such a handy forward setup. We'll have a look at Guerra.
And that kick from Goldsack, Sprazel was all by himself, Rob.
Yeah.
Just overcooked it and giving Guerra the opportunity.
Yeah, and forever looking to put the ball to advantage in the Hawks forward 50. That pass to Roughhead.
Jared Roughhead, his 1st goal of the afternoon. And Hawthorn hit back.
Just wanted to have a look, Chris, at the small forward set up for Collingwood at the moment. It's Leon Davis, Dale Thomas, Alan Didak, and also the 4th one is Tarkin Lockyer. That's some talent for small forwards, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Certainly worked Anzac, though.
Guerra's got it. Well tackled by one of those players. Didak spills free to Lewis. And Lewis with time and plenty of options. Stewie Jew from just the attacking side of the wing, but kicks it straight to Goldsack, who marks at centre-half back for the Magpies. Under a bit of pressure, Pendlebury, normally cool in a crisis, and he coolly, on this occasion, chips it to Wakeland. Wakeland now back across the ground. Heathshaw went to go. Now he's been called to play on here. Franklin doesn't realise, chips it to O'Brien. O'Brien takes them on, kicks towards Lockyer, right on the boundary line on centre wing. In fact, it's over.
Well, the Hawks just force the opposition teams to go wide, and that sort of thing will happen every now and again where they put it over the boundary line.
And the Big H is not having a good start to this game, Rob. And that's a poor kick too from Guerra, a bad turnover.
I don't think I've seen a league team with as many left-footers in it as this Hawthorn side. We watched them doing the warm-up quarters, and about 12 of them were left-footers.
Wonder how many can kick on the right foot, Rob.
Well, we saw Buddy give us one.
Great tackle by O'Brien on Young. Umpire says play on. Another stalemate here, and we'll have a bounce.
And that's the sort of thing you can do to get yourself involved in the game. Lay a big tackle. That will give him plenty of confidence.
There's a tackle stat for the match. Collingwood have had 12, Hawthorn 5. Hawthorn are the 2nd best tackling team in the comp, so they're down a bit at the moment.
Clearance for Collingwood. O'Brien bangs it on the boot. Birchall couldn't take the mark, but he did well in the end. Guerra by hand to Ladson, puts him under the pump somehow. Got boot to ball, and it was an effective kick to Young, who's a thumping kick, as we know. He goes into the pocket to Williams. So Williams thought about playing on. He could kick it from here. He's a very good kick for goal, as we know.
It's a great mixture of forwards in it. Buddy Franklin, the superstar. Roughhead provides something different, and I love this man in the forward line. He's so hard to match up on with his electrifying speed.
About 3 years ago, Luke, he was their leading goal kicker. That was before Roughhead and Franklin emerged.
It's a good-looking kick. It's a goal. The Hawks get their third.
Just reckon he compliments them really well, Wolsey, because it's something different. If you're a defender and you're playing on someone with that amount of speed, and you know that you've got your hands full with the other big guys, and he just gets away from Goldsack there. He's good overhead, and in his prime, he was just such an accurate shot for goal. Great asset.
Mark Williams with his first goal of the afternoon. Inside 50s, 10 Hawthorn, 6 Collingwood. And Hawthorn lead by 9 points, the biggest lead either side has had in the match to date. So back in the centre, Campbell up against Fraser. Fraser reaches over the top, but taken by Saul. Oh, gee, almost threw that out. No free kick. Thomas scrambles a kick forward, wide, just inside attacking 50. Cloak will be first there. Wheels around. Handball looking for O'Brien, didn't hit the target, and Hawthorn with the numbers should clear. Ladson to Ellis, now Hodge.
Get the numbers back, Chris, as you called.
Hodge, Ellis, look at the wave of runners they have. Brilliantly done, back to Hodge. Oh, now he's in trouble. Good stuff from Thomas, flicked it out to Pendlebury, Reece Shaw. Now, can they expose Hawthorn on the rebound here? Medhurst around Brown, or is he? Good tackle by Brown. Back to Reece Shaw. Now, what's going to happen here?
It's against Campbell Brown for continuing on with the tackle. He tackled Medhurst and then slammed him into the deck, which is not like Brownie.
No, that's unusual. Great competitor, Campbell Brown. So Medhurst, 65 from goal. Can he find a target in there? No. Thomas almost got hands to it. Saul had a little fumble. Good pressure this from Collingwood. Big tackle by Cloak. And well done by Saul. Eventually, somehow he found the footy. Off to Crode, off to Ellis. And Hodge again, who so often sets up play from the defensive half. His kick is perfect, marked by Osborne at half-back.
Lovely footballer, Luke Hodge. Back into the corridor, the Hawks go.
And this is Campbell. He's got Ladson in support. He sweeps it to Crawford. One out in the attacking 50 is Roughhead, but he goes to short option to Birchall, who gives it back to Ladson. Ladson can almost go for goal here. He kicks it into the pocket. Roughhead. Got to beat a couple, can't.
Just watching Roughhead on screen, Buddy Franklin hasn't started as well as this man, so he's pushed up the ground, and now they're isolating Roughhead on Wakeland because they think he's more dangerous at the moment. It's great play.
Wood up uncontested, but he tapped it straight to Roughhead. He couldn't control it. Heath Shaw under pressure. O'Brien. Handball to Didak. It's a difficult one, but it finally sits. And sells the dummy beautifully there, does Didak. And kicks towards O'Brien.
You know, Quarters, there's an amazing stat in this first quarter. In the centre square of the ground, the Hawks have had 20 disposals inside that centre square to Collingwood's 4, which just indicates how wide the Hawks are forcing the Magpies.
Great tap from Campbell to Hodge, non-dominant side, right foot is superb. Great goal from Luke Hodge.
Well, there's a left footer kicking with the right foot, Rob.
Just amazing.
They won't be happy about that, Collingwood, because Hodge was forward of the pack, and a great tap set him away from Robert Campbell. And what a finish, Rob.
Just amazing. It was just amazing. We were sitting right behind. It's a perfect hit. He's a left footer, but he's got confidence to go on the right. Speared it hard and low and split the middle. Sensational football.
Hawks by 15. Great goal on his wrong side, Luke Hodge.
Travis Cloak is starting from the goal square. I don't think that suits Travis. He's played some really good football this year, but he's the lead up forward. He's been playing pretty much as centre half forward, and then you can get a good shot of the Collingwood forward line. And as Luke mentioned, it's very, very short with Lockyer, Medhurst, Didak and Davis there.
And Wood gets boot to ball. It's an ineffective kick. It's marked by Roughhead. So the Hawks are away again. Jew kicks towards Franklin. What a pass! That is an absolute sizzle.
And 2 or 3 Hawks have gone to Stewie Dew in the centre square and patted him on the back and said, well done, mate. He is one of the most penetrating kicks in the game. That's the reason why Alistair Clarkson went and chased him. He'd retired from league football, Stuart Dew, Port Adelaide premiership player. Thought he'd had enough, went overseas, 12 months out of the game, came back, got fit, and has added to this Hawk lineup.
Has Buddy got the yips, or has he got rid of them? He's got the yips. 2 behinds to Lance Franklin.
Now he's averaging his couple of shots at goal each quarter.
4-4 plays 2 goals.
Heath Shaw at fullback for Collingwood. Magpies under pressure here. Ben Johnson, 7 scoring shots, in fact 8 scoring shots to just 2. Johnson back to Reece Shaw, to brother Heath.
Force wide again.
Takes on Young and then has to retreat. Handball knocked down by Young. That was brilliant. O'Brien somehow got it back to Heath Shaw, but the pressure from Hawthorn is immense. Franklin and over, but they've been able to get a boundary throw in at half forward.
They work that well, Chris. They make sure that Woolsey's been saying right throughout the first quarter, they force them wide, but to be able to do it well, you've got to tackle well, and that was fantastic stuff there.
Look at the stats. Mitchell 10, Hodge 8 for the Hawks, Pendlebury 9, Johnson 8 for the Magpies. Hawthorn home game today, but you wouldn't know it. It's a predominantly Magpie crowd. They come to the game in huge numbers. Free kick against Franklin? No, said the umpire.
Got a real hard edge about them, Hawthorn, haven't they? They just, if the body's there to be hit, they attack the body. Franklin just made sure that Heath Shaw knows he's around. Very good play.
So throw in deep in Hawthorn's attacking territory. Oh, Pendlebury was slow. He was slow, and Surioli's got the free kick. And Surioli will go back from only 20 metres out on a slight angle, and he should kick Hawthorn's 5th.
How good is this bloke? Cyril, junior boy Rioli, they call him, and he averages 5 tackles a game. Come into AFL footy, he looks like he's been playing for about 6 years. He looks so comfortable.
8-4 this season for junior boy. And the Hawks are away, and it was their forward pressure that was rewarded them with a goal.
And coaches love that, don't they? The tackling of the arms. When you tackle, if you can tackle the arms, that gives you a chance to win a free kick because the opponent can't dispose of the ball properly and gets penalised. Inside 50 targets there. Inside 50 targets. No surprise that Roughead and Franklin are the targets for the Hawks. No real direction going into the Collingwood forward line. We can see just numbers 1 there to Cloak and Medhurst, and there's about 4 bombs that the Collingwood players have been forced to do as they creep along that boundary line.
Well, margin out to 22 now, getting very serious here for Collingwood. Oh, McGlynn puts his head down, tries to barge through, can't. And we'll get a bounce.
Mick Malthouse was interviewed through the week, and the question came, will you play the game on your terms or Hawthorn's? Because Hawthorn have been forcing teams and they've been able to play the game on their terms, the Hawks. Mick said it won't happen. Tell you what, it has. We got 9 scoring shots to 2 in this first quarter. Very much being played on Hawthorn's terms this game.
They've certainly owned the corridor, no question about that. So free kick coming to Marty Clark. So some confusion with the non-officiating umpire paying that free kick. He goes back and across. Shaw. Half a minute left in the opening quarter. And Pendlebury's got it at half back for the Magpies. And again, Rob, this situation where we find Collingwood hugging the boundary line as Wakeland finds Swan.
Well, the Hawks aren't too concerned about this. Eventually they've got to square at the pies, and when they do, the Hawks have got the extra numbers.
At the back, Cloak, but a good mark, strong mark taken in front. In fact, play on's the call. Maxwell off to O'Brien. Williams held him for a long time. Well done, good stuff from Gillum. Found the hard ball, got it out to Mitchell. Ellis Sweeping handball into McGlenn, but quarter time at the MCG, and a very impressive opening by the Hawks. They lead by 22 points.
Yeah, they do, and it's on the back of a lot of hard work through the middle of the ground. There's Jared Ruffhead on screen. He's actually been the go-to player more than Franklin. It's a great setup, isn't it, when you've got a superstar that's in Franklin and the man alongside him is going just as well.
So quarter time in this round 7 match at the MCG. Hawthorn lead Collingwood by 22.
And it's an intriguing game. Personally, I think Collingwood have to run and carry the ball more with handball than the short kick that we saw in that first quarter.
Lions by 11 over the Cats at quarter time down at Skilled Stadium. Lance Franklin in that first quarter kicked 2 behinds from 2 very kickable shots at goal. Dale Thomas, how have you seen his game? I reckon he's been down the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Been down this season, quarters. I don't think he's playing anywhere near the standard that he's got in him. He's only had the 3 disposals. He dropped the mark that he probably would take when he's in great form. They need a lift from Dale Thomas.
So second quarter underway. Hawks by 22. Very impressive in the opening quarter. Chance for Pendlebury. Handball to Fraser. Over the top to Lockyer. Under pressure. Handball didn't hit the target. And Travis Cloke can't control it. Campbell Brown can. His handball wasn't great. Put Mitchell under the pump. Disputed footy. And it looks as though we'll get a bounce at centre half forward for the Magpies.
And whilst this is all happening, Buddy Franklin's at the other end of the ground with the complete 50 to himself. They certainly give their star plenty of room to move.
So Campbell and Fraser. Good knock from Campbell to Crawford. Mitchell did well, though. He gave it up in the end to Davis, who hoisted high at the back. Good mark taken by Trent Crowe. Read it very well and assumed the right position. Now dangerous kick across the ground, and what's going to happen here? Push. And the free kick will come back to Hodge, who'll take it between the back pocket and halfback for the Hawks. Outstanding opening quarter by Luke Hodge.
Yeah, he's been courageous as always, Luke Hodge. Trent Crowe's come back into the side and he's performing really well, in good form.
8 disposals, 2 clearances for Luke Hodge so far. He kicks in the direction of Campbell, who works his way to the front. Magpies have numbers around the ball, though. Here's Clark. Goes to Thomas, who went the one hand. That ain't going to do it for you. And Hawthorn get it back. Crawford to Birchall, and now the Hawks peel off to the fat side. One of them's Guerra, and he takes the mark. Still inside his defensive 50.
I reckon Dale Thomas could really do with a good run in the midfield just to get his touch and his confidence back. He went at that one-handed and fumbled again.
Poor handball from Osborne. Crawford under pressure. Saves Hodge. Great tackle by Maxwell, and the umpire will bounce. No prior opportunity, said the man in red.
Gee, he wrapped him up, didn't he? Nick Maxwell tackled with purpose here.
Campbell against Fraser. Johnson couldn't quite control it. He's besieged by 3 Hawks. See if he can get it out, Chriso.
5-4 plays, 2 goals straight, 9 scoring shots to 2, underlining Hawthorn's dominance so far in this match. Campbell and Fraser. Campbell gets it down, taken by Reece Shaw. Sliding in Mitchell. Good work by Sewell. Mitchell, good tackle. Handballs back inside defensive 50 now. Ladson, got to be good here. Good tackle died at. Guerra under pressure. Got it to Mitchell. Gee, they've done so well here. Ladson, they're under the pump there, but they work their way through it. Gillum now at halfback. Good kick to Birchall, who marks on centre wing. Play on at all costs. Osborne towards half forward. He can't control it around his bootlaces. And a boundary throw in half forward for the Hawks.
They have just got desperados at ground level for Hawthorn players, and I talk of Mitchell, Hodge and Sewell and Lewis.
Here's Sewell. Caught a bit high, said the umpire. So free kick going Hawthorn's way. A bit stiff there, Pendlebury.
Look, Collingwood's a tough, hungry team, but I don't think there's any team in the competition as desperate as this Hawthorn side.
It's a dangerous kick from Sewell. It came off, though, Hodge on the left. It's an inside-out kick. It's a good effort. It's a goal! What a kick from Hodge. He's got 2. It was an inside-outside job, Robert.
Well, you're right. He hesitated, and I'm not sure whether he thought he would just banana it back to Buddy in the goal square. I think he got a bit more purchase on the footy than he thought, and it travelled every bit of 55 metres. But you're right, it was a helicopter punt banana, check side, boomerang, you name it.
Have a look at this check side effort from Luke Hodge. We were speaking about the amount of left footers. He summed that situation up and bananaed it from 50. How do you get that much purchase on a kick that going sideways? He can kick on the right foot because he's kicked one of the great right foot goals earlier today.
He is a star.
He is in awesome form. Fraser, brilliant tap down to Davis. Kick towards Cloak. At the back, chance for Medhurst. Oh, has he tackled too long? Yes, free kick. And Medhurst will kick from 45. Just got that habit of marking the mark, and he'll go back and kick for goal. And gee, do Collingwood need one? They've been completely outplayed by Hawthorn.
Good matchup for Campbell Brown. I think he's suited to the smalls, isn't he? Because we know he can do the job at times on the big bodies, but you earn every kick against Campbell Brown.
One of the stars to feature next week in the Hall of Fame game, Campbell Brown. But Medhurst with the footy. From 45, nice relaxed kicking style, and he's kicked Collingwood's third. So the margin back to 22, the margin at quarter time.
And a quick answer there by the Magpies. They needed that because after the Hodge goal, it was 10 scoring shots to just the 2, and it was starting to become a bit of one-way traffic. That'll give them a lot of confidence. Give the Magpie supporters a lot of confidence too. And I tell you what, there are tens of thousands of them here today at the MCG.
The Magpies end a 19-minute scoring drought. Beautiful kick from Paul Medhurst, who's now contributed 18 goals in season 2008. Campbell, great tap to Mitchell, who threaded the eye of the needle there. Hodge to Lewis to Crawford. Nowhere to go, so he goes backwards to Birchall, who finds Sewell, who jams it on the left. Poor kick. Here's an opportunity for O'Brien. Got to put his head over it, and he did. Interesting handball. Got away with it. Pendlebury under the pump. Magpies clear, but not for long. Smart by Birchall in the middle of the ground. Now he goes out wide to Lewis, who'll give it off to Crawford. Crawford took on Davis, and now he kicks it long, hoping for a Hawthorn mark. And it is a Hawthorn, almost to Franklin. Williams around the corner. It's a goal anyway. Well, I thought Franklin snaffled that one, but sitting at his feet was Williams, who kicked a nice goal.
Well, if Buddy doesn't get it, Williams will. This is good play by Crawford. Just straightens up and then decides to kick it long to give the big fella a chance. Well done by Buddy Franklin to come back into heavy traffic as well. And you can see there a couple of Magpies, and gee, that was snared beautifully by Mark Williams and put on the right boot over the left shoulder.
It's got to be the most potent forward line in the AFL at the moment. Roughhead, Franklin, Mark Williams, and also Cyril Rioli. Talent, skill, tackling and chasing as well. It's so dangerous.
Disposals 30 Hawthorn, 10 Collingwood for the quarter. Campbell gets it down, shark by Swan. Overruns it, gets a second chance. Ladson, kick run down by Johnson. Medhurst, good handball into the path of Swan. Gets a good shepherd from Ben Johnson. Thomas tried to knock it back to Johnson, who wasn't ready for it.
Bit too fancy, Thomas.
Off to Franklin, who's got it backward of the centre circle. Feeds it back, Ellis. Franklin getting involved. Buddy here, low and hard towards Williams. Good work by Goldsack, tying him up. And Collingwood do enough, do they here? Now, what's the umpire going to do here? I can sense her holding the ball, and he's paid it.
Right, we're almost 8 minutes in the second quarter. Collingwood haven't taken a mark this term.
Well, they might get one here, and that's a gift because they've gone backwards. I just called Thomas before. Too often he takes the one-handed option. Bit too flashy for me.
Josh Fraser just went off into the interchange out of the ruck. I'd love to see him stay forward, plonk himself in the goal square and give them a marking target up forward.
And it's interesting, the Hawks have Franklin deep at full forward for 5 minutes, and then it's Roughhead's turn.
Sloppy play by the Magpies. They were lucky to get out of that one. That's a better kick. Well done by Clark as he finds Maxwell. Everything Collingwood does at the moment is under immense pressure. A kick to half forward, Cloak in the back.
Frustration.
Crow to Guerra. Oh, he's got to be accurate here. Sewell stood his ground. Oh, and he did it beautifully in the end.
Strong bodies, aren't they?
That was superb. Mitchell sweeping handball to Brown. He's got a couple of options. He goes the wide one, and it's Young who marks in front of Lockyer. He'll have to go back into the middle to Mitchell, and this will be Mitchell's 17th disposal. So Sam Mitchell. He tried to fire Williams, but that was cut off by Heath Shaw, who gets things moving, and his kick finds Maxwell.
Nick Maxwell at half-back, playing up forward this afternoon. Off to Wakeland, confronted by Ellis. Well done by Wakeland. Kick will find Pendlebury hard up against the line on centre wing, and he chips it inboard to O'Brien. Now Reece Shaw running for him. He ignores that. Instead kicks across the ground. Young got a bad bounce. Chance for Lockyer. Feeds it back. Swan normally uses it very well. Dane Swan chips it towards Medhurst. In fact, it was Didak. Chance now for Medhurst, but the numbers here with the Hawks. Ball in dispute. Shoveling it through. Brown tries to concede it behind. Guerra's first to arrive, luckily for Hawthorn. He taps it through for a rush behind.
Kick from Shane O'Brien before was a bit of a shocker, and so was this one, but at least it was bold. They attacked back through the centre of the ground, something they haven't done for the whole game. Only way for them to get back is to be bold and take a few risks, Collingwood.
Jordan Lewis. Well, they're dicing the death at the moment, the Hawks. The last 2 or 3 forays back into the corridor have seen them turn the ball over. So perhaps the Magpies are playing that tactic a little bit better now as the ball goes back inside 50 for Collingwood, and the mark's taken by Lockyer.
Even that's better, I reckon, Wolves, isn't it? Because he put himself under pressure. He's played on, took a perfect kick, but at least something opened up, and Tarkin Lockyer will have a shot on goal.
They've started to take a bit of ownership of that corridor the last 5 minutes.
They've got to be bolder and put it in there a lot more. Just suits the Hawks if they take it wide. And that is a risky kick there by the Hawks, and they'll pay the penalty. He's a pretty accurate kick, this fella with the footy.
4 goals this season to Tarkin Lockyer. Averaging 22 touches a game this season. In he comes, kicking from about 45 metres out. And it's a goal. 4 straight to the Pies.
This is the replay of Lockyer. Just played on, got himself into a little bit of pressure, but it opened the corridor up, and Lockyer was a great overhead mark. Still like to see Didak and Thomas and all their talent, Pendlebury, give them as much time in the middle of the ground and just take a few risks, see if they can kick a few goals in a row.
Tarkin Lockyer, who's been a very good player right through season 2008, kicks his first goal of the afternoon. So Wood to do battle with Taylor. Neither ruckman really have an impact. Sewell keeps his hands clear, but ends up with O'Brien. One way, then the other. Feeds it back to Ben Johnson, who's got a couple of runners wide. One of them's Heath Shaw. Gets a shepherd from Swan and delivers to Lockyer again. 55, 60 metres from goal. Left half forward. Back and across to Reece Shaw. Got a loose player at half forward, O'Brien. Thought about giving it off to O'Brien, decided against it. So too far out the score here, Shane O'Brien, 60 metres from goal. And looking into a maze of yellow and brown inside the Collingwood forward 50.
Well, the Hawks have got 18 players in the defensive half.
Ben Johnson decides to take them on. Got through 2 tackles, then kicks it long towards Cloak. Big fist from the Hawthorn defence. Didak kicks behind. He had more time than he thought. And it's offline.
Smart play by Cameron Wood out of the air, and Ben Johnson decided to take them on. I think there was an opportunity a bit earlier on the quicker play. Now watch this from Cameron Wood. If it goes on a bit further, smart play from the ruckman here, flicks it out the back, and Didak would normally kick them.
And McGlynn's got the ball at half back. He's been told to play on. I don't think he's heard the call. He has now. He's hemmed in. Gives the handball to Mitchell. Disposal number 18, and his kick finds Taylor.
Hawks always looking to bring it into the central corridor. Last time they did that, they mucked it up and it cost them a goal, but they'll persist with it.
So Young's also told to play on. On the left, he bangs it to Franklin, who's one out with his opponent. Franklin pushing the back as McGlynn was away. So free kick going to Brown for Collingwood. Hawthorn supporters not too happy, but it was there. There's a little nudge, no doubt about that. So Pies have got the free kick, and now Wood's got it in the back pocket.
Called to play on, so under pressure. Got it to Heath Shaw. And there's a look at what confronts him. He chips further afield. Mark's taken by Clark. Been pretty good today, Marty Clark. Nothing much doing, so he goes back to Heath Shaw. Collingwood looking for a way through here. Brother Reese. And Wakeland is free at half back. Margin 20 points. Oh, gee, forced to try and chip it up to get it to Didak. He did very well in the end to get it to Didak, who's got a short option, Burns. And Scott Burns marks just backward of the wing for Collingwood. Again, around the boundary line as Wood comes off for Fraser.
I reckon part of the plans for the Magpies are to deny the Hawks the ball. So we're seeing them chip it around. They have outmarked Hawthorn in this quarter. And time in possession would be very much Collingwood's way in this second term.
Mitchell, penetrating kick, but Clark, was he pushed off it? He was, so Clark with the free kick. At half back for Collingwood. And there's, there wasn't much in that, really, so a bit lucky perhaps Collingwood there. O'Brien off to Heath Shaw, getting a heap of the footy. Can he set something up here? He can with a good kick to Maxwell, over to Burns. Good pressure coming from Crawford. And the mark's taken by Jew as a consequence. Kicks it back towards Franklin, who marks on centre wing. Caught one from his trouble from Brown.
He did.
That's good old-fashioned defence, Rob. I've never seen it.
Someone loose at half forward. It's Clinton Young, and he is a massive kick of the ball. He'll kick this, or could kick it if he tried. Kicks in towards the goal square. At the back, oh gee, too easy. McGlynn has marked 10 metres from goal. Now he's called to play on, snaps around, and kicks it out on the full. Gee, you don't often see that. When the player comes off the mark, often the umpire puts him back on the mark, Rob. You don't often see him call play on in that situation close to goal.
No, McGlynn didn't expect it, and then, of course, he was rushed with his kick. Immediately looked back at the umpire and was pretty hostile.
So Didak for the Pies to O'Brien.
They've got themselves back into this, Collingwood.
Lucky let off there for the Maggies. Can Collingwood make a count down the other end as Thomas? Oh, that's a shocking kick. Now Ellis to Franklin, a long way from home. Oh, it's a beautiful kick, or is it? Not quite, didn't come off. He was looking for Williams. Hodge attacked it. Williams has another go. Burns in there as always. Good fair stuff from both teams, and we'll have a bounce.
It just looks so dangerous when they attack Hawthorn. That kick was about a millimetre away from being perfect. They've got space. They look like they're going to score every time they go forward.
Just marks for the game. It's around about 60. There's a shocking kick by Thomas. 60 for Collingwood, 40 to the Hawks. Just an indication that Collingwood's trying to play the game on their terms by keeping possession with short passes.
Fraser, handball wide. It was intended for O'Brien. Good attack on the footy by Lockyer. And again, it's tied up. What's the umpire going to do here? He's going to bounce it on centre wing. Hawthorn holding sway.
Well, have a look at Sam Mitchell. He'll die for you. Hawthorn skipper. Absolute beauty.
Fraser only as far as Lewis. Spills to Burns. Clark. Oh, gee, took a long time, but got it to Pendlebury. Little give is okay to Goldsack, although he was under the pump. Gee, they're really under pressure here, Collingwood. Reece Shaw did very well to get it to Fraser and O'Brien. Back into the corridor. He's Shaw. Switches the play. Now Shane Wakeland has got time. Good chase from Roughhead. Long towards half forward. Medhurst pitches just in front of him. He tries to knock it back to the advantage of Lockyer, but Jew was awake to it and took it over for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, they've got themselves back into this game, the Magpies. The last 10 minutes, they've had 66% of the ball. They've had the time in their possession, 27 marks in that period, and they've just settled things down.
Well done by Leon Davis, and the umpire will come in and bounce.
A lot of it's been on the back of their competing around the contest, and the skipper comes back in, Scotty Burns. He's their leader, and he's the best at it for them, and it's got them back into the contest.
Inside, Collingwood's attacking 50. Crawford ends up with a footy. And Ladson's kick will find Lewis.
How good Shane Crawford been? He's come back in, missed the first 3 weeks with suspension, averaging 27 disposals. He's a freak.
33 years of age. There you go. You give a guy a rattle and see what happens. It happens every time.
Get him off.
Franklin. It'll take on Thomas. He does. Now he's in trouble. Now it's a free kick coming back. It's going to Franklin for a push in the back. He saw Thomas and said, I'm going to take you on.
And he's a self-confidence quarters at 6'6" to take on a small midfielder. He's no lacking confidence, is he?
So Lance Franklin with the push in the back. So he's got it at half back.
Gee, they bring it into the corridor, don't they? There's another example.
It's a great kick at Hodge. And look at Guerra out wide. He's run 120 metres and he's rewarded with the ball.
Yeah.
He goes short, back to Hodge. That was Robert Walls. There's Hodge with a right footer. It's a ripping pass.
His foot skills today, Luke Hodge,
Saul's got the footy,
have been unbelievable. Two of the best right footers you ever want to see from a left footer. Look at this. Don't see him use his right too much because he's so good he doesn't need to. That is just amazing.
Is that what they call a worm burner, Rob?
Yes, that's a worm burner. But what impressed me was the Buddy Franklin kick from the half-back flank into the centre square. Let boldness be my friend is the philosophy of the Hawks, Chris O. Do you like that?
I love that, Rob. I love it.
Saul has kicked a point. In fact, it's shaved the post.
And there's Buddy with that bold kick. A lot of confidence in their skills and in each other.
So he's sure in the back pocket. 9 possessions so far for the quarter, and play-on's the call. Goldshade couldn't control it, and in fact over. So Hawthorn through McGlynn do superbly again. So they lock it inside their forward 50. As we count down to half-time, critical period this for Collingwood. As Burns kicks it wide, Maxwell almost traps it. Does he keep it in? Yes, does very well. Off to Davis, who kicks to Thomas, who's away. Can he create something? Ben Johnson, Crawford tackles him and he dropped the footy.
That's where they're so good, Hawthorn. In that middle part of the ground, they play that so well. They tackle really well. And there's Crawford at nearly 33 years of age, still able to get the job done.
Back and across to Crode, and again they come straight up the middle of the MCG to Osborne. Out wide to Birchall. And good pressure that time from Cloak. Just stopped him momentarily as he kicks towards Franklin, who's got it. No, his arm was tugged. Surely a free kick. He'll get one anyway.
Should have been a Franklin free.
Yeah, no question about that. Instead it'll come to Hodge. There was the dragging of the arm as Hodge goes back inside the centre square. Mitchell, another possession. Cross to Guerra.
Yeah.
He goes short to Jew, who's got it 60 from goal, and the crowd urging him, Rob, to have a go.
Guerra to Jew. Guerra came from Port Adelaide. Jew came from Port Adelaide, where they were both coached by Alistair Clarkson. He knows their kicking capabilities. That's why he's brought them into this team, and he's capable of kicking this goal from 60 out.
It's a monster. Loads up. Times it pretty well as it got the carry to land in the goal square. Big fist from Wakeland, still in play. Shaw tries to shovel it out. Roughhead's got it. Was he tackled high? He was. Just can't afford to give those sort of free kicks away.
It's an amazing quarter, Luke, because I reckon the game swung Collingwood's way and they've had more possession of the ball. But as we near half-time, if Roughhead kicks this, it's 3 goals to 2, and Hawthorn are still going to win the quarter.
So Roughhead, well, he's from 10 metres.
I think he's missed.
No, it's a goal, Rob. So the margin now to 27 points, and despite the fact that Collingwood have had a good piece of the play, Hawthorn, well, they're a very dangerous side every time they go forward, and there's a clear free kick to Jared Roughhead.
They almost look the complete side at the moment, Hawthorn. We know that Geelong are the #1 team in the competition, but they're so impressive today. They're tough and hard around the midfield. Their forward setup's amazing. Very good side.
Here's the kick from Roughhead. Just sneaked it home. 2-2 to Roughhead, and the Hawks lead by 27. Mitchell, another disposal. Taylor, he's dropped the ball there. In fact, holding the ball is the correct terminology. And it's 50, and it's shot coming up for Collingwood to Shane O'Brien.
Well, they've been very brave, Collingwood. They've attacked this quarter with, I think, everything they've got. They've lifted their intensity and they controlled the footy for a fair part of the game. The opposition just looked very, very dangerous, and this will be a goal to Shane O'Brien. They won't go away, Collingwood. They just keep coming. And this man here is a very consistent player.
So should kick this. He's directly in front, only 20 metres out, Shane O'Brien. Bread and butter for a player of that skill, and he sticks it right through the middle. So it's the Hawks by 21. Shane O'Brien gets his second goal for the season, courtesy of a 50-metre penalty.
One of those players, Shane O'Brien, that you don't notice too much of. He's their leading clearance player for the year. Just continually gets a lot of possession, and he's just one of those solid players that keeps trying. There he's on screen, urging his teammates to stay in this game.
This is a very interesting statistic. Playing on after a mark, the percentage of times a team plays on after a mark. Hawthorn at 50%, Collingwood at 36%. Geelong last year, the premiership team, were 53%. I've got no doubt that the Hawks have modelled a lot of their game on Geelong.
Lewis has got it. Took a long time to get rid of it, and he's been penalised. A bit harsh, perhaps.
This footy's going to go in quick now, Woolsey, doesn't it? They want a free kick. You don't want to slow play now and give Hawthorn a chance to get back.
Well, that's what they did with a wide kick to Shaw and off further to Burns. So a couple of kicks from goals, couldn't called to play on, so forced to chip short. Now Bree's got to do some work here, and a bit lucky Collingwood to get the free kick.
That's unsociable football that the Hawks play.
It wasn't very subtle, was it?
They play a lot of unsociable football, the Hawks, and I love it.
Now he's called to play on O'Brien, goes back 30 metres to Goldsack on the wing. He goes back from whence it came. Mark taken by Reece Shaw.
So they're taking plenty of marks, but there's not much play on with them. It's pretty stagnant.
Got to change direction here. Hawthorn just push all their numbers over to this side. Can't get through this side of the ground.
Burns decides to roll the dice, dumps it long inside, attacking 50, and Brown stands tall. Couldn't take the mark. Thomas has missed to the right. Golden opportunity just offline. Behind only to the Magpies. Thought he almost could have been paid the mark, Campbell Brown.
Thought he could have too. And for his efforts, he got smashed by a teammate coming from behind.
Ladson to do the kicking in. And he goes up the middle and finds Gillum.
Right there.
And his kick finds Osborne.
I saw Michael Osborne play as a 12-year-old on the Gold Coast. He was tough and rough then.
From Labrador, isn't he?
He's from Labrador on the Gold Coast when I was up there coaching the Brisbane Bears quarters a long time ago.
Averaging 19 disposals and 7 marks this year, Osborne. And that is just in play. Ladson to Lewis. That's in the back.
Hawthorn's field kicking so good. Buddy Franklin up the ground there, just able to pinpoint another accurate pass.
And speak of the devil, here he is, a long way from home. Franklin will go right into the middle to Crode. And he just pumps it long. It's a bit of a pie floater. Williams, clever little tap towards Sewell, who can't break the tackle. But he's got Williams again in support, who got crunched as he kicked. He's okay. Oh, great pickup by Sewell. And on the run, he has a pot shot at goal, and he just misses. Beautiful pickup.
It's a great style Hawthorn play, isn't it? They attack always through the corridor, take the opposition on, but when you need to attack the footy and be hard and tough, they're as good as that as anyone.
Clark to Shaw. Heath Shaw in the back pocket. Gets on with it quickly. Burns is free at half back, and he marks in front of Stuart Dew, who was a late replacement for Chance Bateman. Anthony Rocker not playing this afternoon. As half-time sounds, and Hawthorn in control. They lead by 21 points, 8-6, plays 5-3.
Well, they lead by 21 points, but they led by 22 points at quarter time. So Collingwood won the quarter by 1 point. I think that's significant because they did try to slow the game down. They passed it round to each other, denied Hawthorn the football. Every time Hawthorn get it, they try to get it into the corridor. They look dangerous, but well done to Collingwood in making a real contest of it.
amazing to see Luke Hodge. You can see Sam Mitchell talking there. Luke Hodge has been the absolute leader of this Hawthorn side today. What a player. He's been 14 disposals to half-time. Just about every single one of them's counted for something. A couple of uncustomary right foot kicks. I know Sam Mitchell's got the C alongside his name, and you heard Robert Wall singing the praises of him as a captain, and a great player he is. But watching Luke Hodge around the interchange bench at quarter time and taking the players off the ground at half-time, this guy could easily be the captain of this football club. He is such a leader. Interesting to see at quarter time and half-time. Both times he went to Trent Crode in particular. You get a sense from the players sometimes as to who they reckon is doing the linchpin job for their football team on big days like this. He's got the job on Travis Cloke. Travis Cloke's done bugger all so far, and it's been largely due to the work of Trent Crode. What a player he has been today. What a leader Luke Hodge has been. Promises to be a very big second half in front of a crowd of over 70,000 people here at the MCG. Back to you, lads.
Thanks, Andy. And can we usually don't send Cheerios, but can we, as a collective, say congratulations to Malcolm Blight. His son Adam and his wife Dana had a baby girl on Friday morning, Asher Caitlin. It is now Grandpa Blight.
Well, good on him. I know what that's like, Quarters. And let me say, it's one of the best things that'll ever happen to you. So I've got two beautiful little granddaughters, and well done to Malcolm and Patsy.
Yep. Let's get back to the action. It's Hawthorn by 21 as we start this third quarter. Here's Michael Christian, premiership player for Collingwood in 1990.
Campbell gets it down. Chance for Lewis. Handball off to Campbell. Mitchell. And Hawthorn away again. They lead by 21. Very impressive in the opening half. Rioli can't quite get there. Falls over, gives O'Brien a chance, but brilliantly done by O'Reilly. Somehow got back onto the footy. Pinged O'Brien, but Reshaw was able to get it to Clark. His kick wasn't great. Turnover. Birchall back to Mitchell. Loose player at half forward is Sewell. He's got support outside. Clinton Young will wind up from outside 50. A brilliant kick at goal. He's drilled it. And the turnover, Reshaw limping from the ground. That's bad news for Collingwood. Dale Thomas on, but the turnover from Clark set it up, and they're so devastating, Luke, on the rebound, the Hawks.
They just burn you every time, Chris, if you turn the footy over. And what an asset is when you've got players like Clinton Young, Stewie Dew, Brent Guerra, all big left foot kicks who can kick them from outside 50.
Reece Shaw's been a terrific player, but have a look at the desperation of Cyril Rioli. Effort 1, effort 2, effort 3, and that typifies the Hawks.
Their lead is 27 points. Fraser high over Campbell, but it's the clearance going to Hodge, who bangs it on the left. Franklin, one out. Franklin takes the strong mark in front of Brown. Quick kick into the forward line. Franklin, one out. Not much you can do.
Well, you said one out, Quarters, and you're spot on there, and that's what the Hawks have done.
Sorry, Wolsey, to interrupt, but Luke Hodge has done his hamstring. You're not going to believe it. In the middle of the ground, it looks like he's done a right hamstring, and it looks a bad one. Coming off with the trainers at the moment, this is bad news for the Hawks.
Well, it is bad news for them because, as you mentioned just before the start of this third quarter, how important he is to them.
Franklin has missed again. He really has got the yips, Buddy Franklin. That's 3 behinds, and that is a devastating blow for the Hawks. Luke Hodge, let's have a look at it. There's the kick, and there's the hamstring, and that could be a month job, you reckon?
That looks like a bad one. When you reach and grab it, you can see his face. He's felt that tear.
So a window of opportunity here for Collingwood. Hodge is off. He's been the best player for Hawthorn today. Franklin can't buy a goal at the moment.
And again, Collingwood put the ball out of bounds on the full because the Hawks forced them to go around the boundary line.
So the free kick will come back to Birchall. Margin 28 points as Hodge sits down. Kick comes to Brown inside the centre square. Good chase from Dane Swine. Put him under the pump, but Crawford was there to assist. He's got some time and finds Crode on the opposite wing. That's what is ahead of Trent Crode. Kicks to the centre half forward position, but out comes Thomas and takes the mark.
50 metres. Got to be 50 metres against Lewis.
And it is, so Thomas will come up to half forward.
A lot of unsociable football, does Lewis. That is just ridiculous.
Too far out to score. He's 60 metres from goal. Dale Thomas. Very smart player. Kicks across the ground to Swan, but he's still outside 50. Hawthorn, as they've done all afternoon, really getting numbers back. Handball off to Clark, who sets it up to the goal square. Campbell in from the side should mark. In fact, he double fists it through for a rush behind.
Have a look at the hit from Jordan Lewis. It's the way they play the Hawks. They don't do you any favours, and I really like it.
Again, not very subtle, was it?
As long as you're not on the receiving end.
It's nice up here, Woolsey. Doesn't hurt too much, but got a hard edge about them.
Franklin in the back pocket goes short to Birchall. So they just can't quite nail the Magpies, the Hawks. They've been in front all day, but the margin is far from insurmountable. And we know how quickly this game can change. Great play again, Hawthorn. Risky, but effective when they run the lines. Birchall out wide. Good mark taken by Williams, who's off. He kicks to Roughhead, not the best of deliveries. Roughhead can't take the mark. He kept his feet. Wakeland did well. No free kick for in the back. Still alive. Cook stripped of the footy. There's Hawks everywhere. Williams turns out of trouble. Now he handballs back. Fraser's there first for Collingwood. Quick hands to Shaw, who kicks towards the solace of the boundary line and finds it.
Go back to that Jordan Lewis hit on Thomas there. And it is something which Alistair Clarkson actually encourages. He's happy for his players to play rough, tough footy, and would rather they get maybe a one-week suspension every now and again than play non-competitive football, and more power to them.
Boundary thrown. Mitchell at the base of the pack, pushed in the back, will get the free kick against Pendlebury. Feeds it off very quickly off to Franklin over the head of umpire McBurney. Crawford chased down by Lockyer and almost gave it up. Brown taps it, but straight to Lewis. Look out, Ellis, you are gone. He quit. Free kick Collingwood.
Still only 27 points in this game, and they just keep coming, Collingwood. You think by the play that Hawthorn will be further in front, but they'll keep persisting.
Great kick from Didak, finding Cloak. Now Medhurst on the break here, and he finds him. But again, Rob, as you've highlighted all afternoon, right on the boundary line. He wheels onto the right boot, kicks it to the top of the goal square. One out tussle here. Lockyer and Guerra. They get back, and the free kick in any case to Hawthorn. They had the numbers.
Andy Marr.
Yeah, Reece Shaw appears to be okay. No treatment, itching to get back on the ground. And Trent Croats just called himself off the ground here, getting some work done on both of his thighs. So a chance for Travis Cloak to get off the lead a little bit here.
Osborne with the football at half-back. Short to Campbell, and again running through the lines as Birchall kicks it inside 50. Whistle. It's a hold, and it's going against Hawthorn.
He's trying to get back, and you're holding him around.
It's a free kick to
In fact, it's a game against Collingwood. It's against Wakeland for a hold.
All you did is wrap him up.
Well, I thought he pointed the other way. Just wrapped him up, and there's a good shot at it. Gee, there wasn't much in that.
Well, for 149 years, that was all right.
Roughhead's got two. Now he's got three, and it's the biggest margin in the match. It's Hawthorn by 33.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Rulesy. I think that's a fairly soft free kick. I mean, he broke through in the end, and it was just Wakeland applying a bit of defensive pressure, and he's paid the ultimate penalty, a free kick just inside goal.
In his last 19 games, Rob, Roughhead has only been held goalless once. Again, he's picking up the slack for Franklin today, isn't he?
Well, he did it last week, didn't he, Luke? It was Roughhead who came to the fore when Buddy was inaccurate.
Yeah, kick 5 last week. It's a great foil, isn't it, for Franklin?
Wood beaten by Taylor, down to Mitchell, another clearance, inside attacking 50, Franklin!
Now, I just want to go back. We've seen this happen twice in this third quarter. We saw the Hodge centre break and the kick into the forward line to get a teammate one out, and again it's happened Sam Mitchell, and that's what Alistair Clarkson does. He has either Franklin or Roughhead deep and the others up on the line, so that if they get a quick clearance, it is an absolute one-out contest, which is all the forward wants.
Lance Franklin has kicked 3 behinds this afternoon, and his deliberate set shots at goal have been ordinary. This time it's close. It's close. It's home. He kicks one at last. And the margin blows out to 39 points. And we mentioned it at half-time. It was in danger of doing this. 3 quick goals to start the third quarter, the second half to Hawthorn, and the margin, 39 points.
Well, I think you've got to go back to Simon Taylor in the ruck there. It was a fantastic bit of ruck work to Mitchell. Campbell and Taylor have smashed Josh Fraser and Cameron Wood today.
Lance Franklin kicks his 31st goal of the season. He's up to 31 goals, 27. And Sam Mitchell, 25 disposals, 7 clearances.
Well, again at this centre bounce, Franklin's back in the forward 50. All the other Hawk forwards are up on the line.
And another clearance to Burns too. He's been good in his 250th game. Davis, can he weave some magic? No, he can't. He's run down. Umpire lets it go. Shaw's under the pump. Quick hands to Clark. He squeezes the kick out. It's a good one too to Thomas. At half forward, he backs himself and did it well against Ladson. Now an awkward kick, but it's a clever kick. Got to be a Collingwood goal here. Look here. Will kick the goal. Well played, Maggies. Well, they manufactured that quite cleverly in the end.
And much better play from Dale Thomas. That's when he's at his best. And the tackle from Jew was good. But Thomas, I love it when he backs himself. Look at this. Get around their opponent. Take a bounce. Nearly ran himself into trouble. But something happens when you're aggressive and take the opposition on. That's what makes him a good player, Dale Thomas.
And that's an interesting stat and an important stat, something that Port Adelaide and Geelong do very well. Scores from clearances, and you can see that Hawthorn, 29 points in total, 4 goals, 5 they've scored in this game thus far. It just shows that they've got really good organisation around the centre bounces and boundary throw-ins.
Crode gets it wide. Bad bounce for Rioli. O'Brien, handball. Took a long time to get to Thomas, but did eventually. Takes it inside Burns. Scotty Burns, game 250, drives it long towards full forward. Lockyer couldn't take it. Now he finds it at ground level, scrambles at Goldwood, getting back Jew, and he fists it through for a rush behind.
Been good, Shuey Jew. Kicked that really good goal in the first quarter, but he looks fit and a great inclusion.
Mark taken by Birchall, who's also racking up the stats. This will be his 17th disposal. Mark taken by McGlynn. And the kicks found Young, but he couldn't take the mark. He's wrapped up by Reeshaw, and the umpire will bounce all in by Collingwood. Good forward pressure. We'll have a bounce on their half-forward line.
Upside for Collingwood is that they've got a lot of players down. Alan Didak's just had 8 disposals. Travis Cloak's just had 5. Paul Medhurst only 5. So if they can get back into the game and earn some of the footy, Collingwood are only 32 points down with a lot of their better players not having an influence.
And Luke Hodge is a goner for the rest of the day for the Hawks with a hamstring injury. Wood fists it forward. Medhurst is there, so's Brown. And he sees it safely over the line.
Well, Campbell Brown has worn Medhurst like a glove. Medhurst just the 5 disposals and 1 goal. He was the star on Anzac Day, won the Anzac medal.
Kicked 6 goals. Wood, brilliant tap down to Burns, but he's immediately tackled by McGlynn, going nowhere, and the umpire forced to bounce it again on attacking 50 for the Magpies. Big pack of players around the ball. Taylor versus Wood. Taylor gets it down to McGlynn. He's immediately tackled by Cook. And again, the umpire will need to try and clear it. The ball did spill out to Burns, but not before the whistle had sounded. So we'll do it all again. 45 metres from Collingwood's goal. Taylor again wins it. Lewis stolen by Wood. Oh, he almost threw it out to Burns. Out to Davis from 30. He measures it and drills it. So Collingwood with the last 2 goals brought the margin back to 26 points.
And Leon Davis, he is a dead-eye dick. 13 goals for this year. Well done by Wood to eventually free that ball up. Burns And Leon Davis, you don't have to give him too many opportunities for him to take advantage of it. Well done on the Magpies on bouncing back.
Two goals to Leon Davis. One thing about Collingwood, you know, they're not going to lie down.
Well, we just saw that stat before about goals from clearances, and the Maggies have got one back there.
Sewell to Mitchell, who puts it inside 50. Franklin attacks it and takes the mark. He's within range.
That's the third time this quarter that Hawthorn, from a centre square bounce, have been able to get a kick from the centre square bounce into the forward 50 and the mark taken.
Exciting play from the Hawks. Really attacked the ball, Lance Franklin, and he'll be kicking from about 48 metres out. He's got 1 goal, 3. Make it 1 goal, 4. Boy, is he missing some easy shots the last 2 weeks.
6-5 from set shots. And what does that make it? Quarters 2 goals, 11 in the last 2 weeks for Lance Franklin. Ben Johnson in the back pocket, chips to Swan. Runners inside, one of them's Reece Shaw. Gets a good shepherd from O'Brien. There's Shaw long along the boundary line. Maxwell going back. Well done by getting back Birchall, but a chance here for Maxwell. Support provided by Cook. Burns lends a hand. Wrapped up. What's the umpire going to do? No, he's going to ping him.
Ferocious tackling by Hawthorn, and Guerra was knocked out of the contest but picked himself up and bored in again for a second effort.
It's a big area of improvement in their game, Woolsey. They were the worst tackling side in the comp in 2006, and they're now the second best.
Kick towards the wing. Swan did brilliantly against 2. Allowed Cook to take the spill. Swan, Davis slipped over. Wasn't a great kick. Favoured Brown, who handballs to Crawford. Crawford at centre half back delivers with pinpoint accuracy to McGlynn. Off to Jude, off to Ellis. Driving kick. Franklin one out here. He's got it again. Too good, Buddy Franklin.
He maximises his height. He didn't get off the ground there, but he stands upright. He puts the arms up straight. Have a look at him. Just a nice little bit of body work. Bang.
Could have got a free kick almost as well, Woolsey, for a grab on the jumper. And Mark Williams came in and just gave Nathan Brown a mouthful. They've got that bit of aggro and that bit of aggression about him.
He's kicked 1-4 from 20 metres. Comes in and kicks his second.
Most unsociable look.
I like it.
So the Magpies hitting back with a couple of goals, but the instant reply with Lance Franklin.
It's just such a well-balanced side. They've got every ingredient that you want in a good side. They're aggressive and they get in your face. They've got a great forward line. They're tough in the midfield. They defend really well right across the ground. Their style of play at the moment is just so good, and they execute it so well.
2 goals, 4 to Franklin. Hawthorn by 33.
Cyril Rioli in picture, Luke. He's had 2 touches for the game. He's had a dirty day. Do you put him in the midfield and give him a chance to mix it in there with blokes like Mitchell and Crawford and Lewis? Now Hodge is not playing. He won't play for the rest of the game, but it must be they do that.
Yeah, I see him pushing up around the middle of the ground now. I think that would be good. Harry O'Brien's playing a pretty close checking role on him.
And that's going to happen to a young player playing league football. He's done some sensational things, but he's going to have his quiet days as well. And that's when the coaching staff need to help him out a bit.
Campbell to Mitchell. He's wrapped up. Burns repays the favour.
But again, wrapped up straight away. Yeah.
Now Mitchell's complaining here.
Straight up, straight up.
Copped the knock. Umpire just puts it down onto the turf. Lewis against Pendlebury. Pendlebury one out to Medhurst. And the mark's taken by Cloak, who wheels around on the left and gets it moving. Misses the target. Brown to Crawford. He's under pressure. It's a throw. It's a throw. It's a free kick to Collingwood.
Yeah, good tackle, Leon Davis, holding the ball will count. I reckon they would have loved Anthony Rocker out there today. We know it was a late omission out of the side. That kick that came in from Cloak, that would have been a long ball to Rocker. In the end, they were able to manufacture a shot on goal through a good tackle, but they've missed Rocker today.
Well, Leon Davis is right on target. 13 goals for. Directly in front, kicking from about 48 metres. Badly needed goal for the Magpies. Oh, he's hit the woodwork.
Hit the stick. And he'll kick the freakish runs, won't he? And miss a set shot like that.
Brent Guerra, that's what confronts him. Chips it short. Oh, straight into the man on the mark. Tuck and Lockyer, and he's missed.
Gee. Brent Guerra breathes a sigh of relief. And he's got, look at that. He's kicked it to the man on the guarding the kickoff. But he's back on the horse.
I bet you this one goes long, Woolsey.
He says, give it to me, I'm going to have another crack.
And his kick's good, it finds Young.
What do you reckon is the most pressure kick? The Leon Davis kick, a set shot from 45 out dead set in front, or kicking in from full back, Luke?
I reckon the one from full back, especially after you've kicked it into the man on the mark, is when they kick the goal.
Free kick against Lewis for a push. He doesn't like it. The Hawks fans don't like it. What's your decision?
He would have outmarked Leon Davis without doing that anyway. He's bigger and stronger.
Harry O'Brien's got the ball, ignores the cloak lead, much to his disgust. So the big H unloads. A big drop punt from the side was Ellis. In an unusual role for him. There's a chance. Fraser. Crawford put his head over it. Campbell's in there. Maxwell fed it out. O'Brien left foot snap. Great smother. It was Ellis. And the Hawks managed to hold it up.
It was a good smother, wasn't it?
It's a great contest.
Tackling by both teams has been really good.
Bounce 35 metres from Collingwood's goal. In fact, he throws it up the umpire. Fraser to Swan. Dispossessed. Fraser kicks it high to the goal square. Chance for Heath. Oh, it's a great mark. What's he doing down there? Now he's being tackled. Quite sure what the problem is. Brent Guerra pointing and
Chris, the ball was touched off the boot by Jordan Lewis, clear as day. All the Hawthorn players heard it. The only bloke out there that didn't hear it was the umpire.
Okay, thanks Andy. That's the reason for the confusion.
Did Heath Shaw push Stuart Dew out of the way?
Yes.
If he did, that is a worry. Have a look at the size of Dew.
Heath Shaw from 10 metres kicks a goal for the Magpies. So margin back to 25. As we watch it again, there's the Fraser kick. Yeah, it looked as though he got a good piece of that Jordan Lewis, didn't he?
Touched off the boot.
Doesn't matter though if the umpire obviously didn't see it, didn't play it. The mark counts. There's Heath Shaw. He pushed all the way down from full back then to get himself in the contest. They just keep persevering, Collingwood. You've got to admire them. I reckon they've got half their side playing ordinary footy. They go right through the list. Didak's been quiet. Josh Fraser's quiet. Metis has been really quiet. Right across the ground, even Shane O'Brien, who's normally very consistent. He hasn't had the best of days, and yet they're still in the contest, only 25 points down. They persevere.
Heath Shaw's first goal for the season.
They can't let Hawthorn get another centre clearance.
And they don't. Fraser to Reshaw, stripped to the footy. Too easy. Now Sewell throws it on the left. Roughhead against Wakeland. The race is on. Roughhead will get there first. Handballs backwards, about 30 metres to Osborne. Kick around the corner's got to be clean, and it is.
It was a big turnover there from Reshaw, wasn't it? He just fumbled the footy at centre wing. It was a crucial centre clearance. The hard bodies of Hawthorn, they just make that ball stick.
Franklin one out, 40 metres from goal.
He kicks in his direction. Brown got to the front and did well. Johnson has the kick smothered. Franklin has got his third.
It goes back to the McGlynn smother. Franklin kicked the goal. McGlynn set it up with a perfect smother off the boot.
3 goals to this quarter to Buddy, Rob.
Yeah, well, he can do anything. He can do anything. And the scary thing is he knows he can. Have a look at the, well, it's McGlynn who does the smother, then feeds the ball out to Buddy. And Buddy's got 3 in a row in this third term.
Fraser wins it, but intercepted by Crawford, but he's well tackled by O'Brien, so a secondary bounce.
And at the moment, Franklin back in the goal square by himself. They alternate Franklin and Roughhead with that position. Always one back in space, and the other boys are up around the centre square.
Fraser wins it wide. Young, tackled by Johnson. McGlynn put his head down, was tackled high, and then gets a push in the back. So McGlynn feeds it off to Lewis. And again, they look dangerous as they go forward. High, wide towards Franklin again. Brown pushed Franklin out and has taken the mark he's paid. Thought the umpire's going to pay the push in the back for a moment there. Goldsack, Pendlebury, Shaw back to Pendlebury. Good chase from Ellis, but he got the kick away towards Swan. Was that hands in the back? Well done by Dane Swan. Surrounded by 3 Hawks. And in the end, Hawthorn take it over. We'll get a boundary throw in at half forward for Collingwood.
Again, it's been the story of the day. They've been able to force Collingwood wide. Seen Collingwood all the time attacking along the boundary line, either side of the ground.
Taylor to Lewis to Birchall, who gets onto his favoured left and goes short to another left footer and Ellis.
And this is where Hawthorn do the opposite. They always come back. They'll either change direction here or they'll try and get it back through the corridor.
So Ellis is told to go. Just the 15, in fact not even the 15, said the umpire. McGlynn also on the left. A long ball. It's a good kick to Osborne, who worked hard to make some space. Now he plays on straight away. Franklin. Williams behind. Takes the mark and is well within range. Thought about playing on.
Just quick movement of the ball. Go back and have a set shot, Mark Williams. That's what you need to do.
He's very laconic, isn't he?
He is. But this is terrific. McGlynn has stepped up in the absence of Hodge in this quarter, with Hodge off injured. That's a raking left foot kick to Osborne, who plays it on immediately, and it just catches the Collingwood defenders out.
2 goals straight to Mark Williams this afternoon. Twice Hawthorn's leading goal kicker, and he got his third, and the Hawks are back in control. 1 goal in each quarter to Mark Williams. So what a foil he is. We've said it a couple of times. He's a terrific foil for Franklin and Roughhead, and he's contributed a goal a quarter.
Just want to ask you a question, Woolsey, in regards to Tim Boyle out of the side. He's played a lot of footy, played through their final series. Can you see him getting back in with Mark Williams playing so well?
No, I think it's going to be very hard for them to play 3 tall forwards plus Williams, who pretty much is a tall forward.
Mark Williams, 3 goals this afternoon, and Hawthorn with the last couple of goals. There's Anthony Rocker, late withdrawal today. And Hawthorn with the last couple of goals have extended their lead back to 37. Taylor. Well, good follow-up work from Taylor, and he earns the free kick. Clark there being a little crude. And Simon Taylor will take it.
Great stuff from the big ruckman. He followed up at ground level, and he's
not too healthy. Not a big shiner in his right eye.
Pushing Crawford away, but I don't know if he's 100% with it at the moment.
Crawford's doing a good job to hold him up.
Yeah, courage.
It's fantastic stuff by the big ruckman.
He's a much improved player, Simon Taylor. I really admire him. He competes really well at the centre square bounce, and that was brave at ground level.
So Hawthorn go forward again. Franklin in the pack. Got to be 3 of them this time. Spills towards Roughhead. He's well tackled by Didak. And a kick affected and dribbling over for a boundary throw in the forward pocket for the Hawks.
One of the few times I've seen Buddy Franklin have to go up against another opponent. Here's the brave effort from Simon Taylor.
I mean, there's nothing Clark could do, but just potentially nasty, wasn't it?
Good tackle there by Buddy at the back.
And we'll get a bounce.
Just about to say that they've had so many one-on-one opportunities, haven't they? Roughhead and Franklin. Very rarely have you seen a third man up or another defender come in to help out.
There's Mark Williams. His opponent is Goldsack. That's the advantage of having Roughhead and Franklin. It means that Williams gets the 3rd string defender instead of the number 1 or 2 defender, which he got 3 years ago when he was the pea in the pod at full forward. So he'd be saying, thanks very much, boys. I'm happy to have you around me.
Asked you before about Tim Boyle. Do you think he can get back in the side, Will?
No, not at the moment. I think Tim Boyle going into this Hawthorn forward line would make it a bit top heavy.
Wood wins it wide to Burns, crashes through the Osborne tackle and gets it to Heathshaw, who just kicks to space at half back. Guerra beaten by Lockyer to the footy, and what's going to happen here?
Just a bit more unsocial.
Boundary throw. Yeah, boundary throw. No. problem there, according to umpire McBurney. Good collision. So Wood and Campbell. Campbell gets this one down to Mitchell, feeds it off to Osborne, to Crawford. How many times have we seen this today? He squares it up into the corridor. Birchall. Davis did superbly just to affect the sport and kept his feet. Well played, Leon Davis. Now he's got a loose player at half forward. Kicks beyond that to a contest. Lockyer and Guerra. Well done, Guerra. Fists it to the line, and Crode can do the best to see it over. In fact, he concedes a behind and does very well. Good play there from Brent Guerra.
It's a behind. It's a behind, isn't it?
No, he's playing deliberate out of bounds here because he ran into the goalpost. I think the umpire... Well, this is a controversial decision.
I think he's saying he threw it over the line.
I think he's actually playing the throw.
Yeah, that he threw it over the line.
Okay, so we're going to look at it in just a moment, but Token Lockyer wheels around and kicks a goal for Collingwood. So Token Lockyer kicks his third goal of the afternoon. Some disbelief from Alistair Clarkson. And let's have another close look at that. Trent Crode.
It looked like a throw, didn't it? We know what he wanted to do. This angle will show it better. Oh, maybe
He did handball it.
There was a gentle left-hand handball. Very gentle. And I think the umpire guessed a bit.
Yeah, it's a poor decision. So gift goal to the Maggies, and boy, did they need it. They're still hanging in there. Hawthorn by 31. Lockyer's got 3 goals. Campbell the tap. Wood sharked it. O'Brien fed it out to Burns, who's played a very, very good game in his 250th. Shaw, Reese, inside 50. Lockyer got rid of his opponents, and he's paid the mark. So well done, Tarka Lockyer. Decides to square it up to Johnson. And a finger tipper.
Now, Benny Johnson, Phil Crusoe, you were an assistant coach at Collingwood a couple of years ago. Would you back him?
Absolutely. No risk from here, Rob. Wouldn't trust him off the first at Heritage, but back him from here.
Ben Johnson hasn't troubled the scorers today. It's right through the middle. The Pies have narrowed the gap to 25.
Bit of frustration there for Alistair Clarkson. I think he probably feels as though his side's dominated the game, and from up here it's felt as though that's been the case. That was a good decision. I thought he used his body well, Tarkin Lockyer, and the squaring kick came up, and it's back to 25 points. Just unbelievable, Collingwood, that they're in the game that close, given that I reckon a lot of their players haven't played well, Wolsey.
Yes, there's a big upside to the Magpies. They are one of the bravest teams in the AFL, Collingwood. They absolutely give everything. It hasn't gone their way, but they're still alive. And I'd be interested in Andy Marr down at ground level telling us who he thinks can do some running for the Hawks in the final quarter, because there's no Hodge and the ruckman's crook.
And don't forget, the Magpies had an extra 2-day break on the Hawks, but the Hawks have won every final quarter this year. So enthralling final 30 minutes coming up. In the meantime, there's still 1.5 to go in this term, and McGlynn did well as he kicks it to Ladson on his non-preferred side, but he shorts it beautifully. And he finds Rufford, who'll line up for goal number 4.
Just super play by the Hawks. A couple of unheralded Hawks in McGlynn and Ladson. McGlynn did it really well to shake off Reece Shaw and then get it to the advantage of Ladson. And Ladson's a left footer who was able to hook that to advantage. And even though they're comfortably in front, this is a much needed goal.
And Rufford has missed it. So they've missed some relatively easy opportunities today, the Hawks. 3-3 to Rufford, 3-4 to Franklin.
Mick Malthouse at ground level as we creep closer to three-quarter time. Ben Johnson in the back pocket. Didak. Again, they use their foot skills around the wing. But Brian played on. That was better. Off to Dane Swan, who draws a player. Now Wood. Got time. Can he find a target? Lockyer on the lead, and he's got it. 45 from goal. He's been a bit of a live wire, Tarkin Lockyer up forward. Decides to kick to the goal square. Thomas at the back. Thomas. Oh, he got it high. Couldn't take it. And Hawthorn this time were able to force it through.
He would grab that, Dale Thomas, when he's in form. His touch is just off. It was perfectly made for him. He loves the fly. And just his hands there. When you're in good touch, they stick.
Straight through.
And wouldn't it have given the Magpies a massive lift just on three-quarter time?
Gillam short to Guerra. Causing some troubles, isn't he, for the Hawks? Lockyer up forward.
Well, he's been playing on Crode and Gillam, and he's just too quick for them. What the Hawks need is a bit of run in this last quarter, particularly out of Cyril Rioli, who's as cold as an ice block. And Xavier Ellis hasn't given much either, so I would think Clarkson would be right into them to help the team out in this last quarter.
Nevertheless, the Hawks have a handy lead at the last change. They're in front by 25 points, 14-9 to 10 goals 8.
Mick Moldhouse coming onto the ground now. I think he'll go out and give them the greatest pump up and say we've got a chance to create a famous victory here. There's a bit of extra run on our bench if we can steamroll home. They've been really brave, Collingwood, against a great side.
14-9 to 10-8. Franklin, Roughead, Williams 3 apiece, so the 3 forwards are fired for the Hawks. Lockyer's been very dangerous up forward for the Magpies. Mitchell 28 and all those clearances as well. Heath Shaw 26 for Collingwood. Have they got enough legs? They've had a pretty big campaign, Rob, the Hawks, and a couple of days less break than the Magpies, although they've won every last quarter this year. Yes,
Hawthorn's been on the road a lot, NAB Cup and the season proper, but they pride themselves on their last quarter efforts. You can see there the ruckman, they've got certainly some run in them, but you would like to think that players like McGlynn and Ellis and Rioli give them a lift in this last two.
You know the Maggies aren't going to lie down though, don't you?
No, well, I think Collingwood have got some great run in their legs. Dane Swan's had plenty of time on the interchange bench. Scott Burns is fresh. Josh Fraser's got plenty of time. Have listened to some of these Collingwood players that have had quiet days so far. Travis Cloke 6 possessions, Medhurst 6 possessions, Fraser 8, Didak 9, Thomas 9, and they're still within 25 points. Get something out of those great players, we might have a great game on our hands.
The Cats by 5 at the last change against Brisbane. As Brown picks up Franklin.
Just looking at the Collingwood forward line quarters, there's some talent down there. Pendlebury's down there, Medhurst is there, Didak is there, Thomas and Travis Cloke and Lockyer, who's probably been their key forward in the last 30 minutes. So Mick Malthouse has put all these quality players up in the forward half.
And Rob, Travis Cloke playing up across half forward, which I think you like as well. So final quarter about to get underway. Hawthorn lead by 25 points. Campbell to the back. Chance for Sewell on hands and knees. He's tackled by O'Brien. Sewell somehow was able to stand up in the tackle, and he had plenty of opportunity according to the umpire, and it's a Collingwood free kick. So O'Brien with it in the centre circle. Kicks it wide to Goldsack. He's got Clark further. In fact, he kicks beyond him, and the mark's taken by Heath Shaw. Handball off to Clark. Marty Clark chips it around the corner. It's clever. Reece Shaw decides just to bomb it. A wobbly old torpedo towards full forward. Medhurst forced to spoil. Swan had an opportunity, couldn't quite nail it. Didak is offline.
Gee, if they get the first goal, there will be a mighty roar from these Magpie supporters, and they'll be up and in this contest again.
Yeah, if they get the first, it really is game on.
Yeah, first goal vital in my book.
Crawford to McGlynn, and Young has found some space on centre wing, and he receives on that raking left boot. It's a free kick or a mark, whatever you like. Well done by Campbell in the end.
He did very well, Robert Campbell, the ruckman, to push out there.
Oh, off the ball.
Yeah.
50 metres.
Hawthorn player down. Josh Fraser
put down McGlynn.
Well, we don't know what happened. All we saw was McGlynn go down.
No, I'm not saying it's anything harsh.
He's not normally an aggressive player like that, Josh Fraser. So if we can see it, let's see what happens. He's given him a bump.
That's pretty soft, I reckon, isn't it? I mean,
it's just a shepherd, isn't it?
Can't let him run past you and give no contest. I mean, he's taken a dive.
I'd be interested in hearing what the Geesh thinks about that. Is that acceptable or not?
So Campbell, important kick this one. 3 straight this year. He's put it through. Big goal for the Hawks.
They run and spread hard, Hawthorn. I think that's a pretty soft free kick. I mean, Josh Fraser's gone to put some physical pressure on your opponent. I mean, you're allowed to get in his way. There's no rule that says you can't stand in a person's way who's running past you. That's a soft free kick. Paid 50 metres. Robbie Campbell ran hard. That was a good play from Hawthorn. They spread so hard from the contest.
Luke, what do you make of the Hawthorn ruck combination, Robert Campbell and Taylor? They're not great names, but they've been a duo for a couple of years now since Peter Everett left.
They're pushing up to almost the #1 in the competition because they're so strong. They get their hand on the footy really well. They're tough at ground level. They still don't win massive amounts of possession, but you know you're in a contest when you play against those two. There he is, Robbie Campbell again. He's aggressive and strong.
Wins it down to Lewis, who feeds it back to Young. A little too fierce, couldn't control it. So Johnson, quick handball to Swan, who kicks it, scrambles it towards half forward. Cloak and Gillam. In fact, Crow contesting very hard at ground level. Taps it to the advantage of Guerra, but Didak does brilliantly with a little toe poke. Brings it back towards the goal square. And well done by Brown in the way. Lockyer did well to keep it in, but the numbers with Hawthorn, 4 on 3. And Guerra runs it through for a try. He ran 15 metres just on the edge of what you're allowed to run, through for a rush behind.
What would you have said as coach, Robert? Back in the 80s, someone did that.
Oh, I don't know. So do you know which way we're going?
Hawthorn have now rushed 5 behinds.
Times have changed, haven't they? As the Hawks work it into the midfield. It's a free kick going to McGlynn. And geez, wasn't much in that either. So Hawks have got the free kick. Birchall ran into a bit of bother, gave it back to McGlynn. Well done by Cloak just to corral him. McGlynn's running around in circles. Back to Crow, who just got boot to ball. He pumps it inside 50. Franklin attacks it. Brave stuff from Goldsack. Surioli lost a handle on it. He's had a very dirty day. Quick kick out of the pack was by O'Brien, but it's all Hawthorn here. And an uncontested mark taken by Campbell. He gives it off to Mitchell, who gives it out wide to Guerra.
Guerra gets a good bounce. Under pressure, though. Rifled into the chest of Lewis, who's called to play on. Somehow is able to get his hands free. Handball off to Franklin, who chips it towards the pocket. 2 on 1 there against Hawthorn. And Goldsack's able to relieve the pressure, but a poor kick again. A couple of times Tyson Goldsack has turned it over this afternoon. Marked by Brown inside the corridor. Good mark taken low down by Campbell.
Robert Campbell's starring, Luke. We give him a bit of a pump up and he said, well, I'll show you how good I am.
Big switch of play this. Crowed away with a bounce. Drives it long, deep to a vacant goal square. Franklin getting back along with Goldsack. Franklin, brilliant. Brilliant. 4 goals to Buddy. The umpire wants to wait for the all clear, but he'll get it. It's all over here.
He's a genius, isn't he, Buddy? And Mick Moldhouse just looking up at the screen saying, well, I think he said during the week you need a sledgehammer to stop Buddy, and it's about right. He's just so good in a one-on-one situation. The man that kicked it to him, Trent Crowe, I want to give him a big pump up today. He's absolutely smashed Travis Cloak. There's Buddy in the goal square. So good one-on-one.
Just his reach. Have a look at this. Pushes his opponent, grabs it, snaps it. Have a look at this man here. That is Collingwood's #2 supporter after Eddie Maguire. Last time I saw Joffa, he was cock-a-hoop Anzac Day.
Lewis bowled over. O'Brien's kick ricocheted back into the middle. Saul. He's wrapped up by Johnson, and could be a free kick here. No, the umpire will bounce. Scott Burns, game 250's been good with limited preparation. 17 disposals, 5 clearances. He got the Magpies back into the match in the second quarter. But at the moment they look in heaps of trouble. It's Hawks by 35. Young, oh, that was clever. But then he gave it up to Didak, to Wood. Swan will switch to Shaw on the members wing. Thomas. Good mark, strong grab in front of Ladson. But he just has not done enough today, Dale Thomas. Out wide to Medhurst. He's had a tough day at the office too, with Campbell Brown snapping at his heels.
Just his 7th disposal, Medhurst. Kicked just the 1 goal. Can Collingwood win the flag without Anthony Rocker, Luke?
No, they can't. And there's a big question mark at the moment. I mean, he's been out for 2 weeks. His form probably prior to that wasn't at its all-time best, but if they are going to push up, he has to come back into the side and have a big impact.
Well, Medhurst not keen to go forward inside attacking 50 here because the Hawks have got the numbers back, and there's one of them, Sam Mitchell, seeing it over for a boundary throw-in. They've blocked it up.
There's Anthony in picture, the big fella, pulled out of the team this morning.
Simon Taylor, good tap. Shark though by O'Brien. Somehow got the handball off to Didak, who floats it to the top of the goal square. Not a contest. Thomas coming in from the side, but again Hawthorn there in number, fisting it through for the 6th rush behind.
Just a couple of signs that Alan Didak's just starting to get himself into the contest. He's been pretty well held all day.
Great kick by Guerra.
Just kick for touch, isn't it, by Guerra? Mind you, a 55-metre kick for touch. Some beautiful kicks in this Hawthorn team.
Lewis goes short to McGlynn.
Geez, they run hard and spread from this situation as well. Their work rate through the middle of the ground is just sensational.
Marked by Birchall.
Yeah, they unveiled a statue out at Waverley this week of John Kennedy Sr., the great Hawthorn player, coach, mentor. I would think that John Kennedy Sr. would love the way that this Hawthorn team plays.
So Brent Guerra goes for a bit of a stroll, gets past Medhurst, and just manages to get boot to ball, and that's brilliantly done to Jew, who can go on here, Jew. Will he have a ping at the goals? He doesn't.
Great kick.
He goes to Roughhead.
Such a good kick.
That is great football by the Hawks.
Really unselfish play by Stewie Jew. I mean, he could have blazed away quarters, and I think most of the crowd thought he would have, but that was just a perfect kick to a key forward. Everything going in the way of Jared Roughhead. When you've got a bloke that's so smart, and it just favoured Roughhead, who kicks the goal.
He's got his 4th, and the Hawks lead now by 40.
And Jared Roughhead acknowledging his teammates' beautiful disposal. Left footer Guerra to Jew, left footer. And Wakeland takes his eyes off the ball there to look at Roughhead. As soon as he does that, he's in trouble.
Four goals to Roughhead, 4 goals to Franklin, 3 to Williams, and the margin 40 points, the biggest of the match today. Wood beaten by Taylor, taken by Mitchell. Plenty of time to feed it wide to Birchall. Non-dominant side. Good kick taken by Rioli. Just forward to the wing. Cyril Rioli kicks towards Franklin and Brown. Brown did well on that occasion. Didak slipped the Franklin tackle. Handball to Brown. Pendlebury had to reach for it. Controls it now off to Didak, who delivers short. It's okay. Mark taken by Thomas, just backward of the wing.
And Franklin hurt his shoulder on that tackle. He's got a couple of dodgy shoulders at the moment, Franklin. Hurt his right last week. Bit of separation in the joint. And his left is also not 100%.
Now, one of the sad things is that Hawthorn won't play Geelong till round 17, the way this silly draw has been constructed this year. But I'll tell you what, that will be a game worth watching, because I've got no doubts they're the 2 top teams from what we've seen today. I thought Collingwood's a very good team, but Hawthorn's a lot better.
Should be a Wood mark here, but Osborne getting back, almost a miracle mark. Guerra's under the pump, can't get a fist on the footy. The umpire has decided to ball it up.
He caught it well, caught it. He was in the box seat there. Cameron Wood thought he was going to take the mark. He was having a look at Buddy Franklin with the tackle, and he reached for the shoulder straight away, didn't he? Hawthorn support of your heart and your mouth, but they get back and defend and help out so well.
Davis tries to work his way through it. Hawks have the numbers. Mitchell again. Got it to Crawford. They got all the answers to Hawks. To Brown, who goes for the boundary line, and that is a very, very clever kick.
It was. He looked up, he saw that he didn't have a teammate, so he kicked for touch. And there's Cyril Rioli. Just the 3 touches today.
Simon Taylor just takes it out of the ruck, or didn't dispose of it correctly, so he'll be penalised. And Alan Didak with the free kick. Kick and a half from goal at half forward. Got to come back over the mark.
Okay, boys, if Hawthorn's at full strength and Geelong's at full strength, they play each other next week. Who do you tip?
Gee, you almost got to go for Hawthorn the way he played today. Off to Reece Shaw, Clark, well tackled by Osborne, Birchall. stood up in the tackle and hands off to Mitchell.
I'd just about go Hawthorn too, Wolsey. I reckon they're a serious contender.
And that's great for the game, isn't it? And I like the way that they play. They play a bold, brash football, quality forwards, fantastic midfielders. Maybe their back line just needs to be a little bit better.
I reckon their forward line's more potent than Geelong. I think they've got more dangerous weapons up there, but their back line's probably a fair bit behind where Geelong's is at.
Rioli towards Sewell, kept his feet initially, and then in the end, that was great stuff from Brad Sewell. Osborne just backtracking, trying to find the right option. Eventually kicked dangerously to centre half back, but he hit the target. Ellis in the clear. They switched the play.
Always trying to get it in that corridor, Chris.
Guerra. Young is loose. Again, they look dangerous as they surge forward. Franklin out of the picture this time. Ran too close to Young. Driving kick to the goal square. Oh, almost the mark to Roughhead. He sure comes in. Gets it over somehow for a rush behind.
From the kick in, it's marked by Clark, who chips the one over the top to Davis.
Play on, you went in more, play on.
And he goes short to Thomas.
Right there, stay there.
But you sense now, even though we're not quite at the halfway mark of the last quarter, that we're playing out time. Thomas chips short to Pendlebury, just the bare 15. So halfway mark of the final quarter. It's Hawthorn by 41.
Just stamped their authority on this game, the Hawks, in the first 15 minutes when Collingwood just couldn't get any ball in the central corridor.
Guerra cuts it off, and another turnover. Young to Ellis. Guerra had another good day. He looks exhausted. Mitchell pops one over the top to Crawford. Here come the Hawks again. Rioli. Franklin on the left. Franklin's got 5. He is a star. Beautiful work, Brent Guerra down back. And Franklin's got 5 goals. Roughhead's got 4.
Just classic Hawthorn play that. They set up the grid in the middle of the ground, the cluster, whatever you want to call it. They turn the footy over and then they're back through the corridor every time. Mitchell takes the opposition onto Crawford and it ends up with this man. He loves him round the corner. He's just a superstar.
You know, the Crawford handball to Cyril Rioli, that was a friendship handball because I don't really think it was on. And he just realised that his little mate was having a dark day. That's what experienced players are good for. They know the situation of other teammates.
It's got a bit of Geelong about it, that, hasn't they? Always help each other out. They're unselfish.
So back in the centre. Here they go again. Mitchell.
This bloke.
This is his 36th disposal for the game.
Uses the ball so well. This time into the path of Crawford. Left foot kick high. Franklin again. Well done by Brown this time, but he's well tackled by Rioli. Rioli somehow found the footy at ground level. Shovels it to Lewis. Sweeping handball. Lets him from 30. There's another. Great stuff, Hawthorn. Margin out to 53. And you've sort of had the feeling all day that the floodgates were about to open, and they have now. And their irrepressible style of play has just been on full display in top gear in this final term.
They're an unselfish team, aren't they? They will give the ball to a teammate. There are no selfish individuals. If they can share it, they readily share it. And that's enough for the Collingwood supporters. They realise it's game over. But they shouldn't be disappointed too much with their team because they are playing, I think, the second best team. I don't think you can say Hawthorn's the best team until they take Geelong on and beat them. Geelong certainly have earned that.
Should be a free kick going to Collingwood for holding the ball.
No, it's a free kick too high.
Well, we've got the Dream Team, the 150-year celebration match next week. If you're the coach, Alistair Clarkson, is it coming at a good time? Do you want your players? They'll probably have 8 or 10 players play next week. Is that ideal?
I think the breaks come at a terrific time for Hawthorn. As we mentioned before, they've been on the road a lot. They've been up. They will have won 7 games, and they need to have a bit of a spell.
Rioli, what can he do? He sets up Roughhead. Roughhead's got it on the line. They are poleaxing the prize now, the Hawks.
set Rioli up. He's gone over to young Rioli now. You can see that Rioli got that kick to Roughhead, but Shane Crawford has brought Rioli into this game, and I just love that.
And Crawford's coming off for a break. 5 to Roughhead, 5 to Franklin, 3 to Williams. The three big forwards have produced the goods. And that was pretty ordinary from Shane O'Brien, it's got to be said. That was
great to see Shane Crawford at the twilight of his career, whether it's his last year or his second last year, just enjoying some great times. He missed the boom era of Hawthorn, and he might be starting a new boom era.
Five goals to Roughhead. Blistering final term from the Hawks. They've kicked 6 goals to 0. Didak scrambles it 10 metres forward. In fact, 15 metres forward, because the umpire paid the mark to Gillam. Off to Birchall. Stuart Jew. Late inclusion this afternoon. Great kick. Look at that. Campbell didn't quite get to him that time, and O'Brien did very well to get it towards Reece Shaw, and his kick effective. Mark taken by O'Brien. Wants to get it on. Not a great handball, but eventually got to Lockyer. Off to Ben Johnson on his left side. He's got a loose player at half forward, and Thomas has marked 49 from goal.
We've spoken about him a fair bit today. He said he's been out of touch and a bit quiet. I think he's got to play more minutes in the midfield. He's a fit aerobic runner from what I hear at Collingwood, so get him more time in the midfield.
Need to be at his best here, right on the edge of his kicking range. Hooks it into the pocket, and a good mark taken by Swan. Right on the boundary line, deep in the pocket. So Dane Swan, who will come in for disposal number 21, has been one of Collingwood's best.
great crowd, Chriso, 76,000.
Sensational. Swan around the body on the right boot, and he threads it. So good result there for the Magpies.
Had a lot of quiet players today, the Magpies. They're great. I mean, they persevere and they've been honest. They've come up against, I think, the form side of the competition at the moment, who have just got answers and stars at every line of the ground. They've persevered, but they've had a lot of players that have been quiet today, and Dane Swan's probably been one of their better ones.
Chris, Shane Wakelin in picture, the veteran. How important is it to get Prestigiacomo back into this Collingwood team? Because you've got the veteran who wouldn't have expected to be a regular player this year, and young Nathan Brown doing big jobs week in, week out. Well,
he's almost a forgotten player at Collingwood, isn't he, Prestigiacomo? But one thing he can do, Rob, is do a job, particularly on the big forward. So they've certainly missed him.
Pendlebury's hurt. He got his head slammed into the turf when he got tackled.
Well, it was more unsociable football, Quarters. It was fair and square. But that's what they do, Hawthorn. They just, if they get a chance to hurt you, they hurt you.
Inside 50 go Collingwood. O'Brien somehow got it off to Fraser, and Davis. Yes, be a free kick to Hawthorn.
Pendlebury coming off, and he is shaken up. And yeah, just a full-scale tackle by Ellis. Slams him into the deck.
Just a third-year player, Wolves, isn't he? And he knows that's the way they play.
He slammed him into Taylor's right knee, actually, which was probably where the damage was done.
Nothing untoward in it. It's just strong footy.
Roughhead off for a break. He's got 5 goals, 3 next to his name. Brown's got it at half-back. Guerra for his 22nd disposal.
Just watching Hawthorn captain Sam Mitchell, he just doesn't stop running. He's in the centre square. He's had 36 disposals.
9 clearances.
His team's a mile in front, and he's not going to stop until the siren goes. Geez, had a good final quarter, Shane Crawford.
And he goes to the wing, and it's marked by Osborne. Little short one to Ellis. And he chips to Franklin, who's, dare I say it, too far out to score. He'll be kicking from about
He might
58.
Score. He reckons he's a chance, Quarters. He's gone back and said to the umpire that's where the mark is, so he wants to know where that is. He's taken the mouth guard out.
Of course he reckons he's a chance. You put him in the centre square, you reckon he's a chance.
Well,
he'll kick it, I reckon.
I reckon he might too.
He's kicked 5 goals in the second half.
How many behinds? Because he averages 9 scores a game.
5-4, right?
He's already had his quota. He's already had his 9.
Well, he knows if he gets this, he'll go above his average.
It's a thumping kick.
50.
He'll go back 50 metres, unless it's a goal.
Against Thomas, I think.
Yeah, it's a 50 against Dale Thomas. Well, he carried the distance, no problems at all.
What did Thomas do? He went over the mark, did he?
Yeah, he just snuck over the mark.
I think he encroached. I mean, he wasn't the man on the mark. He just came within 5 metres, I think.
So 6 goals coming up for Buddy.
All in the second half.
And he slams it into the third tier. 6 goals, 4. So that's 10 scoring shots, Rob, which is 1 above his average this year.
Well, he kicks that from there's Dale Thomas, and I don't know what he was thinking there, Dale Thomas.
He's gone for a swan dive.
That's comedy, that is. It had to be 50.
It's just stupid, Bass. It's just admit what it is.
Yeah, it's stupid. Nothing less than stupid. How about this man? He's just talking around, having a laugh with a few of his mates. Still got the strut going, and I'll get another one if there's time. No problems. He carried the distance beautifully.
Well, they're having a laugh about it. I suppose when you're 10 goals down, you can.
So 59 points the margin. Fraser, O'Brien, Didak scrambles it towards half forward. Chance out wide for Heathshaw. Probably Collingwood's best. He still gets an opportunity. Handball back to Didak. Good chase by McGlynn. Back towards Franklin. Saul in all sorts, but he's got support from Guerra. Mitchell.
Get it in the corridor. That's their game plan.
He's got Young running for him in the corridor. Decides to go to Crawford instead. Shane Crawford streaming forward. Kick towards full forward. Chance for Lewis. His handball intended for Osborne. Didn't quite get there, although Osborne somehow found the footy at ground level. O'Brien off to Davis. Handball to Ben Johnson. But under pressure. Cook just got away from the Osborne tackle. And gave it off to Reece Shaw. He sweeps it wide. Davis, look out. Just knocks it on instead to Didak, who hurriedly kicks it wide. And Heathshaw's got a camp underneath it. He does, and takes the mark on centre wing. Kick towards half forward now. Thomas is in the clear. Josh Fraser in support. He kicks to Lockyer. And he'll kick from 30 metres. Tarkin Lockyer for goal number 4.
Well done, Harry O'Brien, back there in defence. It was a one-on-one lead-up, and he got the spoil in. He looked at the start of the game as though he's out of sorts a bit, but he's been very good. He's beaten Cyril Rioli today, and he's probably been one Collingwood player that's clearly won his position.
Osborne off. Rioli back on for Hawthorn as Tarkin Lockyer prepares to kick for goal. He's kicked 3 goals, 1 this afternoon. Franklin coming off. That's the cheer you can hear as Lockyer kicks goal number 4 for himself. Franklin off the ground, but a goal to Collingwood.
Well, there's Buddy, and he's enjoying himself. It's good to see footballers smile. I like that they can enjoy themselves out there. Not often you can, but if you're 10 goals up and you've kicked 6 goals, I reckon you could afford yourself a smile. And number 23, Quarters, you think that's quite apt that he wears the 23
no doubt
jersey?
about that. A couple that just spring to mind, the names of Brereton and Scott. They were unique individuals, weren't they?
That's a big loss, though. His buddy's having a chat to Luke Hodge and saying, how is it, mate? And I think Hodge has said, I've done a bad one. He ripped his hamstring, maybe 4 or 5 weeks, I think.
Hawks by 53. You don't see Collingwood get pumped by like this too often. As they work it to half forward, the Magpies and Gillam. Gillam and Crowe have been very good today, haven't they?
He's a really improved player, Stephen Gillam. Walls. He's the 4th ranked spoiler in the AFL, and he's taken his game to a whole new level this year.
And it's good to have someone who will just do the disciplined things and play them on the power forwards and know they'll do the job.
Swan inside 50, and that's a great mark taken by Maxwell. There we go, give another guy a rap. But it was a good mark taken by Maxwell. Well, he will line up for goal.
He will never stop trying, Nick Maxwell. And he's really playing out of position. I think his best spot is across the half-back line for Collingwood.
Maxwell hasn't had much of a day. And he kicks that goal. And a couple of consolation goals for Collingwood late in the piece.
Got a big couple of weeks coming up. There's the Hawthorn matches to come. They play Port over at Aurora Stadium in Tasmania, Melbourne at the MCG, the Bulldogs down in Tasmania. They play that ground so well. It's a massive home ground advantage. And then Essendon at the Telstra Dome. And there's Collingwood, St Kilda at the Dome. That'll be a massive game next week. Geelong at the MCG for Collingwood, and the Crows at West Coast at the G, and Melbourne at the MCG as well. So a couple of tough weeks coming up for Collingwood.
Margin 47 points. Campbell to do battle against Woodward. Wins this one. Coming in hard off the line though, Lewis. Back to Young. Well done, Clinton Young. Sweeping handball to the path of Sewell. Didn't get a great bounce, and Shaw's able to get onto the opportunity, but he gave it straight up to Rioli, off to McGlynn. Williams in a good spot here. Couldn't quite hold on, but finds it at ground level. Mark Williams from 15 metres kicks goal number 4. So Franklin's kicked 6, Roughhead's kicked 5, and Mark Williams has kicked goal number 4. It is a potent attack, Rob Walls.
It is.
What do you think of the celebration, Rob?
I like the unselfishness there. Cyril gives it across to McGlynn. He sets it out towards the advantage side of Williams.
Wasn't quite the shotgun, but wasn't a bad celebration.
Let's have a look at him. The shotgun was banned, wasn't it? No, I'm not. What's that mean?
He's kissing a couple of tats on his arms. I assume that's. I'm not sure if he's got any kids, but
might
perhaps
be
it is.
Loved ones.
Yeah, loved ones. Yeah.
Just good to see young Cyril get a few touches. He only had 2 touches in the first 3 quarters. He's had 6 in this last quarter. Most of them courtesy of Shane Crawford being unselfish and thinking.
38th touch to Sam Mitchell. His career high is 39. I think it was against Collingwood actually, but Joe Roughhead's taken a very strong grab in front.
Such smart play that from a young forward with a big body. He just knew where the fly of the ball was going, so he checked his opponent. Watch this, just stop. Checks the run of Nathan Brown, takes him off the footy. That's really smart play for a young forward. Knows how to play the game, this bloke.
So Roughhead for goal number 6. Six to Roughhead, 6 to Franklin, 4 to Williams. Boy, what a day for the Hawk forwards.
Such a potent attack, isn't it, when you've just named those 3 names, Quarters, and they've obviously all had a day out today, but then you throw in Cyril Rioli, who's been quiet, but he's going to be an absolute star, no doubt about that. Just class everywhere. They've got winners across the ground. Sam Mitchell in the middle of the ground today. It has been a pleasure to watch his work. 38 disposals, 3 tackles, 8 contested possessions. He has dominated.
There's a bloke, Nathan Brown, who's come into league football this year, and he's been given Jonathan Brown, Matthew Pavlich, Matthew Lloyd, Roughhead and Franklin as opponents. So welcome to the big time.
Ellis wrapped up in the centre, so another bounce as we near full time here. Very impressive Hawthorn display, and even the coach can afford a smile and a laugh. Mitchell on the end of it again, and taken high. He'll get the free kick.
So this will be his career best. He's now up to 40 disposals. Chris Oates is a career high.
He just doesn't fumble, never makes a mistake.
Kicks it wide and on the lead. Williams again, too much speed.
Yeah. I just think Mick Malthouse will be really, really disappointed with the ease in which Hawthorn's been able to get their marks in their forward 50 and kick so many goals in this last quarter. And I reckon Mick Malthouse might also show his team, the opposition, smiling and laughing because it's become so easy.
59 points is the margin at the moment. That's the 7th win for Hawthorn in what's been a most impressive opening to season 2008. Williams to put the icing on the cake. He kicks his 5th. Hawthorn by 65 points at the MCG.
Let's go down to Andy Marr with one of the unsung heroes today, but he did a ripping job on Collingwood's most dangerous player.
He
gets through much, because Trent, that is a super win and a super start to the season.
No, mate, it's amazing. We don't get the opportunity to play in front of this, not since 2001. But it's great to have a good home crowd today, and what a win. It's fantastic.
Was that a focus for you, Blakes? Because it was a focus coming in amongst a lot, that they get to play in this sort of atmosphere all the time, and it is a learning experience for you, Blakes.
It is. Clarko June a couple of weeks ago told all the 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds to stand up in the room, and 70% of the room stood up. So you think back how good that is for all these young kids to play in front of such a great audience. It can only benefit us.
And did you sense that this was a big test for you Blakes coming in today?
Huge test. Big stage, best ground in the world, and against a team that is known for winning big games in this type of atmosphere. So it's the best feeling ever.
And they keep talking about your forwards and they keep talking about your mids, but there seems to be a good little unit going on down back with you Blakes.
Don't forget about the backs. No, the good old battling backline of Stephen Gillum and Campbell Brown and Rick Ladson. Brent Guerra was awesome today, and Campbell Brown. We're really close and we're different, but we love it.
And you did a great job on Travis Clyde. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Back to you, lads.